All right, good afternoon, Central Georgia. I'm meteorologist Jordan West. I think I fixed my mic. I think it was turned off for a couple of minutes, but we do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Baldwin, Jasper, Jones, and Wilkinson County until 1 p.m. Still no sound. 1 second. All right, we got sound. All right, cool. Just making sure we're good. All right. So just to repeat myself, Baldwin, Jasper, Jones, and Wilkinson counties all under a severe thunderstorm warning. Again, that's until 1 p.m. as you can read there on the screen. They're sort of broken up into two clusters here. The first one is this little guy right here moving through Monticello, Berner, Jackson now, towards Eatonton near the Lake Oconee area. That's what that severe thunderstorm warning is for. And the second cluster is for places like Zebulon, Lamar County, Upson County, Thomaston, that's you guys, Culloden eventually, Forsyth too, right there along I-75. So if you are traveling this Memorial Day weekend and you're headed towards Atlanta or from Atlanta, this storm is coming through as we speak. I'd wait it out if you can help it. But let's see what the National Weather Service is saying about this system. Wind gusts potentially up to 60 miles per hour, hail over half an inch in diameter, 3/4 of an inch, and that's it. So they probably issued this warning due to the potential hail in the area. We are seeing a little bit of that, seeing some relatively small radar indicated hail south of Shadydale, west of Monticello, southeast of Jackson, north of Berner. That's going to continue to move south and eastward. Let's see how fast this storm is moving. 45 miles per hour. So I'm going to go back to the radar, showing the reflectivity. And it looks like they just issued another severe thunderstorm warning for Lamar, Monroe, Pike, and Upson County. So I was looking at the storm. Let's call this the north storm, and this is the southern storm for the day. And the storm to the north didn't see a lot of hail associated with it, so I'm inclined to think that the wind speeds within this storm up here is probably a little bit stronger too. Let's see how strong that is. Okay, that's not what I want. Okay, you can't see it, but I'm picking up on wind speeds of 50 miles per hour or more. So I think that's the main threat with that storm, the northern storm, and then moving southward, turn on the reflectivity. This second severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued was for Lamar, Monroe, Pike, and Upson. That's until 1:15 p.m. Again, that's for the Barnesville area now, the Rock, Meansville, the Zebulon area there, and that's moving eastward. So, and I'm going to read up on this second storm that just came out. And it also says wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, 3/4 of an inch sized hail in diameter. So let's see if we're picking up on any hail there. A little bit. I'm going to show the hail swaths or the hail paths, tracks, if you will, to see if they were picking up on stronger hail prior to this. And it looks like they were. So this is the hail that we've seen so far today. And you can see that the same storm did have some hail about the size of about half an inch. And then that core developed again, and that's probably why they issued the warning on this first storm. However, the hail currently isn't as big. You can see that here. This is what's happening right now. Notice how it's shrunk significantly, but it's still out there. So if you guys see any hail pictures, when it's safe to do so, send them in. If you're seeing hail larger than what we're seeing here, because this is radar indicated, once again, send it in just so, we can let the National Weather Service know, hey, this the hail is producing larger hail than we think, or just to let them know. We like to give them damage reports and stuff. And it's always cool to see how big the hail is out there. But of course, do that when it's safe. Right now, not so much, because there is a lot of lightning out there, not to mention the potential hail and wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. So we're going to continue to watch these two storms. Nothing significant happening, but we're really starting to really kick into that summertime pattern where we see these level 1 and isolated storm risks daily. Not saying that we're going to see that now, but that's something we need to sort of adjust ourselves to as we move into the summer. We are under a level 1 for today. I sort of half mentioned that just now. That's for a majority of Georgia. And then we're also under a level 1 threat for Monday as well. Sunday, we're actually not under a threat. So I'm curious to see what the models are doing. The models have been wishy-washy all day. I mean all day. This is Monday. I'm going to back it up. Okay. So it's not going to let me back it up unless I... Okay. So the system needs to update really quickly. That should take less than a minute. So if it looks frozen, that's why. While that's updating, I'm going to go to Facebook and see if you guys have any questions. I get 400 people watching. Don't forget to share. Let people know. And then, just let me know if you guys are seeing rain, as always, or storms. All right, the system has updated. See if we can load the radar now. There we are. Okay. So this severe thunderstorm warning here for Baldwin, Jasper, Jones, Wilkinson area, that's over at 1 p.m. And the second one, south of that warning, Lamar, Monroe, Pike, and Upson, that's over at 1:15. And I'm curious, once again, what's the velocity in those areas? So according to radar indication, those bright red colors you see, potentially gusts over 50 miles per hour. All the more reason to be inside. But there is a good bit of lightning associated with both of these storms. So yeah, another reason to just sort of be indoors. Let me zoom out so you guys can get a bigger picture. We have more activity back off to the west of Columbus. That's also moving southeastward. I know it says Macon counties, but that's obviously Macon County, Alabama, not the city of Macon, nor Macon County, Georgia. So Macon, we're good for now. However, these storms are headed our way. It might brush up against North Macon. And then we got plenty of rain and storms north of our viewing area. But what I was mentioning earlier before the system went to update, I wanted to see what the models were saying because they've been wishy-washy all morning. Let's just see what they're saying. So you guys saw what the radar is doing right now. And this doesn't, I don't trust what it's showing right now. For starters, it's not really picking up on all the activity that we're seeing right now. So if it has bad input, then it's going to have a bad output. Therefore, we can't necessarily trust this model. What I used this morning, this is a more short-term model, and even this isn't picking up on it. But the reality is, we're in this very summer-like pattern, and the earlier models were picking up on a wave coming through. It wasn't necessarily multiple waves, but a wave. So the idea is once this wave comes through, we should be good the rest of the day. Now, models earlier were hinting at this coming in a little bit later. I mean, this particular model, this is the graph model, shows this storm coming in, or the system coming in farther south. But again, I'm not really buying it. So not to say I don't know on air, but what I do know is this wave will likely be the only wave we see, and that is coming in as we speak. So I'm gonna go back through the radar and show you guys what's going on still. And once again, let me know if you guys have any questions, but this isn't anything significant. Like I said, hail, so stay indoors, lightning, stay indoors, wind gusts, just over 50 miles per hour potentially. If they don't see evidence of these storms becoming or continuing to be as severe as they once were with those large hail cores, they'll expire these pretty early. But for now, we still have at least one of them up for about 20 plus minutes. There is this little isolated, I'm gonna call it a downpour, not much of a storm. I mean, there's a couple lightning strikes with it, but it's very tiny and there aren't a lot of lightning strikes associated with it. This is east of I-75, northeast of Unadilla, west of Hawkinsville, southwest of Browndale. And I'm curious if there's any small hail associated with it, and there is not. I don't think there has been any hail associated with it. I'm gonna go back to the hail tracks to see, and we aren't seeing that. So I'm gonna zoom back out. And yeah, so it's really just a combination of all the hail we have seen so far, plus those wind gusts between 50 and 60 miles per hour. I think that's why they issued these warnings. And as long as you're indoors, you should be good. I know a lot of people, like to go to the beach for Memorial Day weekend. So if you're outside, doing anything outside, like, at Lake Tobo, for example, it looks like you guys are getting ready to see a downpour as well. This doesn't look severe, at least this part of it all doesn't look severe. This looks just like normal rain, but with the heat of the day, especially because it's getting ready to cross a lake, I recommend just go ahead and going indoors because as this system moves eastward, it could develop into something stronger, not to mention all the activity just to our north and west. So if you're out there, just go ahead and start packing up and going inside. This won't be an all-day thing, so you'll be able to come back out later. But as of right now, that's the situation we have going on. And all of this is sort of impacting, we'll say, north of Macon at the moment and moving south and eastward. So most of this, once it moves eastward, should stay north of I-16. So looks like we have another downpour southeast of Dublin, moving into Trutland County, north of I-16, south of Adrian, north of Soperton. Let me come back up here and show you guys that. All that missing Warner Robins, Cammie asked. Well, it could brush up against Warner Robins. It looks like all of it is going more of an eastward than southerly track. So, between Macon and Warner Robins, we could see some of it, but it looks to be mainly north of our region for now. Maryland said there's lots of wind and rain starting up in Lamar County. Real dark in Barnesville and lots of thunder, Maryland said. Alex Trotter wanted me to show Cordele. It's clear right now. Just gonna zoom out for everybody. I'm not gonna show every city and every town, but you get the idea, right? Kim Marie says, you couldn't get out of here without one more live. Yeah, so tomorrow, by the way, is my last day with 13 WMAZ. Been very blessed and thankful for all of the viewers and all my coworkers and all that. I made a post. I'm not gonna get into all that, but I made a post already if you guys wanna like and follow and stay tuned to where I go next. But hey, the job is still here. I'm still here for now. Looking at more comments. Yeah, like Jared said, this would be a good time to get off the lake, whether it's Lake Tobo or Lake Sinclair, as those storms start to roll on in. I heard the National Weather Service chat notification. Let me see what they are saying. Okay, so they issued a special weather statement for Hancock County. That's just saying, hey, some strong storms are coming through, but we're probably not going to issue a warning. But we'll see if that changes. I'm still here, just checking out this storm in Macon County, Alabama. Interesting. Good news is I'm not seeing any rotation with any of these storms. Nothing significant. Not seeing much hail either. They're probably going to, if the wind speeds die down, this is the hill cores right here. They're really tiny. Usually they don't issue warnings with stuff like this. But if the wind speeds die down, I think they'll probably drop both of these warnings. But once again, we'll just have to see. I'm curious how much rainfall North Georgia has seen over the past few hours. It came through North Georgia first, and then it made its way down south. But the rainfall graphic takes a minute to accumulate all that. There it is. Not a lot. Less than 1/4 of an inch for most places. Some spots saw a little bit more. So yeah. But yeah, again, most of central Georgia is clear with the exception of that downpour just north and east of Unadilla. That other downpour north of Soperton, and the stronger activity north of Macon. Washington County, you guys are dry for now, but I can imagine that storm is going to push through. Earlier, I believe it said this was moving 45 miles per hour. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, southeast at 45. So there's a storm, southeast at 45. So Stanfordville, 1248, Etheridge at 1254, Bluntsville at 1255. And that looks suspicious. But it's just rain. If you're out on Lake Sinclair, this storm will be there around 1 p.m. earlier for some if you're in the northern parts of the lake. So, I would definitely head indoors. There's some lightning associated with these storms. Lake Tobo, you guys have a shower headed your way coming in from the west. This should be light rain. It's going to come in and come out. However, these storms are too close for comfort, at least for me. So I'm asked for you guys to go ahead and head it indoors too. We'll keep you updated. And by the way, if you're just watching on your phone, on Facebook, or you're watching on YouTube, you can always download the 13 WMAZ Plus app on the Amazon or what is it, Amazon Fire Stick and the Roku as well. That way you're not crowded around a phone screen. You can always go to the app, download those on your TV, and then you can still watch G streams like you're watching a normal TV series. You can also watch the shows from earlier this morning to see the forecast. And I don't know, I think it's just an easier way of doing things. I have it downloaded at home on my TV, and when I'm home or off work and Forbes or Pry or David Guerrero is in doing severe weather coverage, I just press a button on my remote and there it is. Sorry, just reading y'all's comments, seeing what y'all are looking for. So a lot of you are just kind of asking, is the rain going to hit me, and what are we looking like hourly? So again, as of right now, this should be the only, from my meteorological experiences, not looking at the models at all, because the models have been wrong and are wrong currently. Because this wave is here, obviously, right? This wave is making a south and eastward trajectory. So if you're in, let's see, do I have a marker here that I can use? I can probably use this. If you're in this area here, you have the potential to see storms the remainder of the day, given the information that I have right now. However, if you're south of that area, so mainly south of I-16, you guys will see sort of isolated downpours similar to the one that you're seeing now, like this little guy here, which don't look all that severe. You guys probably won't see anything. The models have only had one wave coming in the past couple of days. However, the timing has been significantly off. This system was supposed to come in a little bit later during the day, but it's here now, and the models still have not picked up on it. In terms of this system that someone mentioned earlier, this is going to stay moving southeastward as well. So this is going to move this way. So it's going to avoid our area altogether, right? This is our viewing area here. So in terms of the timing, I would say this storm is probably going to be out within the next 2 to 3 hours, depending on where you are. Again, this storm was moving 45 miles per hour, and I mean, that's a little slow, but you know, just to put it in perspective, this is where it'll be at an hour. Right here. Another hour probably there, another hour probably there, so it'll be headed out. But you know, the speed of the storm could change. The models aren't really giving me much guidance as of now, but it should be out of here by 4 if I had to put a number on it. You see, like this model, for example, it just has showers, so I can't trust that. And then this model here has some activity, but it's not near what we're seeing right now, you know? And it's saying all this stuff is going to end up south of I-16, which that's, from what I'm seeing right now, that's almost impossible. So I can't really trust those right now. But I know this warning for Jones, Baldwin, Wilkinson, and Jasper will expire in the next 8 minutes. This one here will expire in, let's see, 15 plus 8 math. 23 minutes. Did I do that right? All right. Not seeing any rotation that will cause of any concern, which is good. This is just those run-of-the-mill thunderstorms. it looks like they reading information. Okay, so they canceled the. Okay, so they shrunk the warning in 2 different ways. They took out Butts County, so they took out. Let me show you. This half of the warning, and then they also took out this half of the warning too. So they just kind of shrunk it all together. So Lake Sinclair, like I told you earlier, still be headed indoors even though you guys are not in this warning. There's lightning associated with those storms, and there could be redevelopment. Milledgeville, you guys are in the clear of the severe thunderstorm warning now. Same thing with Gordon, Irvington. However, the storms are going to move through. You know, the storms aren't gone; they're just weaker and have weakened. Like I said before, the reason they'll issue these warnings is when hail is, you know, at a significant size or a noticeable size, or they'll issue the warnings if wind gusts are up to 60 miles per hour or more. And you saw a little bit of a combination of both. So they definitely trimmed that first one down. The second one is still up until 1:15. Like I said, we got about 21 minutes. So I'm gonna keep watching that. Did I say 4 p.m., Kathy? Oh, I was saying that the storms will leave central Georgia around 4 p.m. Like I think we're gonna be good, all of central Georgia around 4 p.m. The severe thunderstorm warning, specifically for Baldwin, Jasper, Jones, and Putnam within this yellow polygon is for 1 p.m. This is for 1 p.m. And that's not to say y'all won't see storms after 1 p.m. It's just that it won't be a severe thunderstorm warning. Hope that's clear. It looks like they did just issue a severe thunderstorm watch. I'm interested to see where that watch is for. This will set the picture for the remainder of the day. I know we have a graphic. Let me see if I can find it. Gotcha. So they, where'd it go? Why'd it go away? I mean, y'all still see it, but it went away on my screen. Watch. There it is. Okay. So you guys can see the severe thunderstorm watch. The only thing is the National Weather Service says that it's until does it say how long? Until 8 p.m. So, let's see. Let me go back to this. I know it says 11 a.m. on the screen. I'm finna change it now. That's something we have to do manually. Until 11. I'm gonna put 8 p.m. Close, save. All right, that's edited. We're gonna go back to the radar. I'm curious as to why they extended that as far south as they did. I mean, we are seeing a little bit more development down south, but these are just downpours. There isn't any lightning associated with it. Nothing severe here, just rain, heavy rain. All the activity is up here. Mary says she hears some thunder on her deck in West Macon. Very windy and dark clouds at Lake Sinclair, said Gainel. All right, so I'm going to, what was that? I keep hearing the ding. I mean, the National Weather Service is saying stuff. Okay, that's just reinforcing that. Watch. They're saying isolated hail up to ping pong size as possible, wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour max, and then frequent lightning. All right, what was I getting ready to do? I was going to do something. I lost my train of thought. I don't remember. Oh, the Skycam. That's what it was. Macon. Where are you? There you are. That's the international airport. I have to go to the system and change the input. My cameras, Macon. That's zoomed in awful close. Let's back it out. There we go. Overcast. Fun. All right, I'm gonna move this more northwestward. Just some dark clouds. That's more west than northwest. Come up a little bit. I'm sure we'll see some lightning there soon. All right, I'm gonna go back to the radar. Oh, it looks like they canceled that severe thunderstorm warning. Well, it expired at 1 p.m., so I guess that's why. So Jasper, Putnam, Jones, Baldwin, Wilkinson, you guys are good in terms of the severe weather. I mean, it's still lightning outside. I don't recommend y'all go outside. And then there's still this storm here just out of Forsyth. A lot of lightning associated with it. And it looks like we could be seeing a good bit of hail there too. Again, this is just south of Forsyth, so this is near Brent. Getting a closer look there. Near Moreland Road. South of Vaughn Road. Montpelier Springs Road. And Montpelier Road, getting ready to see some. So this hail core here in the center of it all, 0.5 inches in diameter. So ½ inch. Going back to the radar. Some of this is just heavy downpours and lightning. Rain is on the way, Lake Sinclair. If you're out on the beach for Memorial Day, just know that. Meriwether, you guys are seeing some weather now. Milledgeville eventually. Milledgeville at 110, Hardwick at 112. I think it's interesting how they purposefully did not put Bibb County into this warning. However, I mean, some pretty heavy downpours are headed y'all's way. I'm sure y'all are hearing some thunder now, if not seeing some lightning up there towards Bass Road, Arkwright Road, crossing I-75 and 475 now, but y'all technically are in that warning. But again, I mean, the most severe aspect of this warning, which isn't all that impressive really, is the hail, and is at the moment not that significant. Let's see. Yeah. There were a couple, I say a couple, I think it was like over 10. I'm gonna have to go back and look. Over 10 trees down in North Georgia as a whole. Not to scare you, I'm not saying we're gonna see as strong as wind gusts as they are, but I mean, that's what happened up there. And one home got struck by lightning and it caused a fire. So, you know, while these wind gusts aren't necessarily that strong, I mean, they're not necessarily 60 miles or plus at the moment, some of the weaker trees can't fall from these storms, and we can see hail with them and lots of lightning. So yeah, so in Cherokee County, EMA said that with the initial line of thunderstorms, we had 13 tree down calls, mainly on the east side of the county. That occurred between 10:20 and 10:40. That was a few hours ago. Tree on a structure with no significant damages along Morris Elm Loop as well. Multiple trees and power lines down in Walton County, Georgia. And then a few trees down in one residential fire from lightning strike in Jackson County. And then the Peachtree City issued that severe thunderstorm watch. It looks like they did just trim this warning. Bibb County still isn't in it, but Lamar, Monroe, and Jones County are. One thing that they have not changed is the timing, so it's still in effect until 1:15. So in the next 9 minutes, it's possible that this warning will be expired. They're probably going to hold out on it for now, though. Someone asked about Milledgeville again. You guys are getting ready to see some heavy downpours soon. There isn't as much lightning and thunder activity as there was when this storm was first coming into central Georgia. A lot of it has died down, but maybe a few lightning strikes, rumbles of thunder, and heavy downpours headed towards Milledgeville now. Lake St. Clair, you guys are seeing just rain. So luckily, no lightning over you guys right now. I mean, I don't think you guys want to be in the lake while it's raining. I wouldn't want to be, but maybe that's a cool moment for you. No lightning near you guys right now, but you know, these lightning strikes can pop up out of nowhere. For example, that one there just did right here. So let's play it safe and just stay indoors for me for now, even if you like swimming in the rain. There's a lot of lightning right now for Forsyth and getting ready to enter Bolingbroke and I-75. If you're driving down I-75 from North Macon, you're getting ready to get into a lot of it. So if you're in North Macon and you pulled over or you've just hanging out, just stay there for now. I would just wait for this to pass by. I wouldn't risk it. I mean, that's a lot of lightning and just heavy downpours, which if you're inside, you're good. You know, nothing to be worried about. But if you're outdoors, especially while you're driving on the road, traffic is already heavy. It's just, I wouldn't do it personally. Someone said, so much for firing up the grill. Well, you can still fire up the grill for some spots, just not right now. I mean, save me a hot dog at least, or hamburger. I'll take either or. Am I invited to the cookout? I'll make the rain go away. Joe said he's hearing some thunder in Byron. Let's see what's going on down there. It looks like we are seeing some activity there in West Bibb County towards the Lizella area. Lake Tobo. Yeah, I kind of mentioned before, if you're near Lake Tobo, Lake Wildwood, head indoors. I know a lot of people are out there for Memorial Day now. Westside High School, if you're near that school. Lizella, seeing some rain as well. Like, none of this is severe except for the hail that we saw earlier, which, let's see if we're seeing that now. I'm seeing a little bit of it. So this is just south of Bolingbroke, northeast of Russellville. I think it's trying to cross the what was I saying? It's trying to cross the Monroe-Bibb County state line. I said state line, county line. You know what I meant. I'm curious to see if they're going to issue another severe thunderstorm warning for Bibb County as this moves southeastward. Because right now Bibb County is not in one. And what they might do is, this is something you guys don't see a lot. Well, a lot of times they'll issue a special weather statement. There are a few issued right now for different counties, but they're not warnings. It's just saying, hey, we're watching these storms basically. Be on the lookout. And they may issue that for Bibb, but they could issue a severe thunderstorm warning. So we'll see. That's not up to me. Yeah, Lake Wildwood is getting ready to see a lot of rain. The thunder is back behind the rain, but still. West Macon is completely drenched right now. Bass Road, it just went from sprinkles to heavy rain real quick. All right, let's go back to that sky camera to see if we see anything. There you are. Yeah, so a little bit of a shelf cloud. I would consider that a shelf cloud. Interesting. Let me see if I can move the camera a little bit. Pretty dark. I can hear the thunder outside now. Samantha said that they just set up their new water slide. Well, at least it'll be wet, you know, for later on, it'll be wet. You won't have to fill it up. Okay, a lot of you guys are asking for different towns and cities, so I'm gonna go back to the radar. And I mentioned this earlier, but I know a lot of you guys are just joining us now, but forecasting with the type of system that we're dealing with, or systems I'll say, is going to be a little difficult because the models aren't really helping us out at all. So just to give a little bit more of a radar tour real quick, and the National Weather Service was saying something. Okay, nothing important. All right, so just to give a little bit more of a radar tour. So they issued that severe thunderstorm watch for places along Macon and southward. And it looks like this is why. So these downpours that we were looking at earlier, they're starting out as downpours. However, they're developing into smaller storms. So we got these downpours over here in Lawrence County, southern Lawrence, south of I-16, along I-16 near Trutland, moving into Wheeler County now. But then we have a storm near Hawkinsville. I think someone asked about that earlier. Yeah, you guys have a tiny storm moving through with a trailing downpour line moving into Abbeville too. But nothing significant. Like, you know, like I've been saying, if you hear thunder roar, go indoors. In terms of you guys up here in Hancock County, moving through Baldwin County. These are just heavy downpours with, again, lightning, some storms for the most part. You guys aren't in severe thunderstorm warnings, but you guys are going to see some rain briefly. But the main severe part of all of this, which isn't all that severe, is this warning for Jones, Lamar, and Monroe. There is some hail associated with it, but it's not large. You want to be inside regardless from that tiny hail, but also the wind gusts, and the most important thing, the lightning. There's a lot of lightning associated with that storm. So that's coming into Macon now, parts of West Macon, North and West Macon, really. And like I was talking about earlier, the models have not been really helping us out. Let me kind of show you what I'm talking about. So first I'm going to zoom out and show you guys what's going on right now, which we kind of just went over. Downpours and isolated stuff south of I-16, a big wave moving through places north of Macon. This is our short-term guidance. You do not see what we just saw on the radar. That means this model is not going to be accurate even if, we wanted it to. So anything after this is just wrong because, it's saying not much for today. This is what we mean when we say the models aren't working with us. It has a few storms popping up, but we're not seeing that. We're seeing more than that. So I don't trust this model at all. This model here is not really showing what we're seeing. And it has more activity south of I-16 and west of 75. I'm not really buying that either. I mean, I suppose this is closer to what we're dealing with, but it's still not on point. So like I said before, I think we're going to continue to see most of the activity north of I-16, east of 75, with some isolated pockets south of Macon, I'll say. And that's where that severe thunderstorm watch is in place, and that's until 8 p.m., according to the National Weather Service. But that system out, just west of us, it looks like it's going to stay west of us. It has more of a southerly track, so it should avoid our southwestern counties, Dooley, Crisp, Macon, Taylor County. You guys should be good for now. Could y'all see some of these isolated downpours that Wilcox County is seeing, Dodge, Telfair, and Pulaski County is seeing a good bit now? Sure, but not that big wave that we're seeing to our west or to our north. It looks like there is some hail associated with the isolated stuff south of I-16, and they just issued another severe thunderstorm warning for Bibb County, kind of like what I mentioned earlier. So go back to the radar on that. This warning is for Baldwin, Bibb, Jones, and Wilkinson County. That's until 2 p.m. This storm is basically headed towards Macon. That's Bibb County. So, okay, let's see. Just looking at the velocity, making sure nothing significant there. I'm not seeing anything. Obviously, there's strong wind gusts within the system. So Wilkinson County, you guys were in the severe thunderstorm warning, then you guys weren't, and now y'all are again. So some storms are moving through. I feel like we could probably get a good picture or a good viewpoint of what's going on the Skycam right now. So let's look at that. Yeah, so we can see the lightning now. Got very dark really quickly. And there's the rain there. right there, where it sort of faded. Oh, there's lightning right where I pointed at. Some more rain there. Storms even. We're seeing more activity south of I-16, moving eastward, and then this storm here is until, this warning is until 2 p.m. Ingleside, you guys are getting ready to see this system move in. Wesley and College, you're probably seeing this storm move in now. West Side High School area, Southwest High School area, downtown Macon, sprinkles for now. Storms on the way. Oh, there I am. I can hear the lightning from here, and it's ways away. So if you can hear it, then you need to be indoors. Gordon, you guys are going to see some rain soon. Cooper is seeing some rain now. Dry Branch area soon. Irwinton soon. I just heard a very loud lightning strike. But some places are in the clear. Monticello, for example. You guys are good now. Shadydale, same situation. Jackson. High Falls now. A lot of people are probably out there for Memorial Day weekend, maybe. Lamar County is in the clear now. Upson County in the clear. Parts of Crawford. So Byron, you guys are probably hearing some lightning, but the city of Byron, at least not all of Byron, is seeing anything significant. Houston County, nothing now. You guys might end up dodging everything. But we're still seeing some downpours south of I-16, along I-16 too. It's like these storms just really like I-16 for some reason, because that's where they are, which is not good for Memorial Day travelers. And then we have some more downpours in Hawkinsville, north of Pineview, along the Wilcox-Dodge County line. And then some in western Telfair County, just south and west of Milan. Milan, you guys are probably going to see some activity soon. So a lot of people are looking for some sunshine in the forecast. It's possible that we could see some sunshine a little bit later, but it's going to be very much hit or miss. Can't guarantee it everywhere. Kind of like these storms are, right? The good news is tomorrow, we shouldn't be seeing nearly as much activity. I'm going to show these models that are wrong right now, but hopefully has a better idea what's going on tomorrow. All the models have been pretty consistent about tomorrow, though, I will say. Nothing much happening, with the exception of maybe a sprinkle. This is 9 a.m., 10, 11. I'm just going to show you that. Yeah, I mean, Sunday looks good. Monday, at least earlier had a wave. Now Monday is looking better. Looks like that wave is now moving in overnight, more so night. Out of here by the time we get into Tuesday morning. So as of now, Sunday definitely looks good. Monday, maybe. If we do see storms Monday, it'll be more towards the evening than the morning. I do know that much. All right, I'm gonna go back to the radar. And here comes the rain. Give me 1 second. I have to look into something real quick. All right, back. There's a lot of lightning in this area near Bolingbroke, headed towards downtown Macon. If you're downtown out walking, let's go indoors for now. All right. Looks like there's a pretty heavy downpour moving into Washington and Wilkinson County now. But the main activity is back off to the west. Getting ready to cross Macon now, downtown. And you can see just that. And it looks like they just issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Truitland County as well, which is farther south than east. Yeah, there you are. Yeah, so I mean, it looks like these tiny storms are packing quite the punch. I mean, this guy is tiny, but let's see. Oh yeah, there is definitely a hail core there at the moment, near Gillis Springs, and that's the yellow, so we're talking about close to an inch. That expires at 2:15 p.m. Oak Park seeing some rain. Yeah, if you're traveling for Memorial Day weekend through central Georgia, you're going to run into a lot of activity, not to mention the traffic. I would avoid it if I were you, especially going through Macon. I mean, you know, Bibb County, going down I-75, there's already that one lane going from I-16 to I-75 towards North Macon. That construction area, it floods very easily too if you're driving southward. Not to mention the traffic and then the lightning and the heavy downpours. You try to avoid the interstate. And when I say avoid, I mean just kind of pull over or stop somewhere, you know. Grab something to eat if you're just traveling through. But yeah, Lake Wildwood. I'm glad I told you guys to go indoors because there's a lot of lightning nearby. Lake Tobo, same thing. Bass Road, getting some pretty heavy rain too. Take off the lightning and show you guys what I'm talking about. Arkwright Road, North Macon, Howard High School, along I-75 near that Publix, the shops at River Crossing. Some pretty heavy downpours there. Near River Place Drive, you guys are probably seeing the most rain and lightning too. Let's see. North Side Drive, down onto Pierce Avenue. Amerson River Park, Ingleside Avenue, you guys are seeing a small little pocket of really heavy downpours. Near Central High School, Mercer, yeah. Carolyn Creighton Park. Speaking of which, I'm curious if they're going to still have the Macon Bacon game today with a potentially wet field. I'm not sure the rules and regulations on that. I'm sure we can find out. But yeah, a lot of activity going on in Bibb County as a whole. And there's still this guy out here in Truitland and Emmanuel County. The hail has died off. This is what it's at right now. Very tiny. The darker the color, the the lower the size. Well, this is what it was at first when they issued the warning. It was, let's see. I don't want the warning, I want the hail size. Yeah, it was an inch in diameter, but not anymore. All right, clear that, F12, okay. Zoom out. Some light hail down south of I-16, near Abbeville, west of Milan. And we're seeing a pretty big hail core across West Leanne. So if you're in North Macon, 9 times out of 10, even parts of West Macon too, you guys are seeing some hail. The question is what size, right? So this little yellow pocket that you're seeing here, I mean, that's up to an inch potentially. Alex probably just texted me that he's driving through the storm now and he can't see anything. So all the more reason to kind of stay off the roadways, because he's probably traveling from I-75. Yeah, this is what he's driving through right now. So yeah, we're seeing a lot of lightning here near the station. I've heard it outside, I felt it, you know, the rumbles from it. Just reading y'all's comments. Dallas says a lot of rain in Eisenhower. Yeah. Jones County, lots of heavy rain. Dark and thundery in South Macon, closer to Byron. Thunder and Warner Robins. All right, let me zoom back out so you guys get a bigger picture. See what the National Weather Service chat is saying. Not much. Let's take a look at that sky camera again. Oh yeah, that's a lot. I mean, within a matter of a few minutes, I can't really see much of anything. Let's see if I can turn the camera a little bit. Oh, where'd downtown Macon go? I'm not really sure what direction I'm pointing in, but yeah, you definitely want to be off the roadways, because if I can't see anything on this camera, oh, there we are, then you likely can't see anything while driving. This severe thunderstorm warning expires around 2 p.m. I'm wondering if they're going to extend this farther southward, because we're still seeing a good bit of activity south of this warning. Yeah, the hail is kind of leaching over outside the warning box. So if you're in downtown Macon, you guys could be seeing some hail right now. Probably small hail, but hail nevertheless. A lot of lightning. A lot of rain, hard to see out there. And there's a new radar loop. There we go. Carroll and Creighton Park getting drenched. Down I-16. Franklinton, Dry Brent starting to see some rain. So places in Twiggs County might start to have some dirt roads with plenty of mud on it. So be careful out there. And then we have a whole other downpour in Danville, again going along I-16. Cary, that's you guys, Dudley soon. Dexter, Rents, you guys are seeing some heavy downpours. South of Tarrytown, north of Mount Vernon. Soperton, some sprinkles. And then this storm that has issued a severe thunderstorm warning with it. We're not seeing any hail with it anymore. So they'll probably expire this within the next few minutes. This in effect until 2:15, but there's no hail associated with it. Meanwhile, down here, once again, farther south in Telfair and Dodge County, seeing some smaller pockets of hail there, north of Abbeville. There's some more activity west of us. It's trying to develop farther into our viewing area, but so far it looks like it's just going to clip some of our counties towards our western end. Butler, you guys might see a downpour soon. Montezuma as well. We'll keep an eye out on that stuff over there. I mean, there's just a lot. I mean, all of Bibb County is just covered in lightning right now. In fact, I'm gonna take it off again. But just know, plenty of lightning right now in Bibb County. So everybody, every single person should be indoors in Bibb County at the moment. Amerson, Wesleyan, Lake Tobo, Lizella. Gordon, you too. Yeah, and these wind gusts are no joke either. I mean, we're talking about wind gusts 55 miles per hour or more, according to the radar. I believe this was all moving southeast at 45. I'm gonna try to time it out for you guys. Let's see, let me make sure that's right. It's moving east at 35 is what it's saying. It looks like more of a southeast orientation to me. So we'll see, hold on. East at 35. Probably more east than southeast. There we go. So Marion at 154. Ripley at 152. And it looks like let's see. Severe thunderstorm warning for Baldwin, Bibb, Jones, Monroe, Twiggs, and Wilkinson. What did they do? Did they cut some of it out? Oh, it looks like they may have trimmed the warning in Trutland County. Let's go look at that. No, still up. Hold on. No hail there at the moment. Interesting. Still just, I keep checking in on these storms near Abbeville. They're not moving very quickly. Still hearing a lot of thunder here in Bibb County. Deborah said it's some pretty strong wind gusts out on the Kroger on Hartley Bridge. Any damages reported? Tamika asked. Not that I'm aware of. I'm gonna check two things. I'm gonna check the Georgia Power website and see if we're seeing any power outages. I mean, I don't think we are, but let's check. And it also looks like they just issued another severe thunderstorm warning for Bleckley and Lawrence County from these two storms here. Another hail core popped up, so there you go. That's what they're looking for when they're issuing these warnings, but that's until 2:30. So I'm gonna go back to the Georgia Power map. You guys won't be able to see it, but I can share with you if I find anything. Nothing significant, it seems. I want to view by county. So 38 customers without power in Bibb County, which is nothing significant. And yeah, that's really it. That's the most extent of it in terms of power outages. But yeah, so we got this warning for Bleckley and Lawrence now, so that makes 3. One for Monroe into Jones, Bibb, Twiggs, Wilkinson, and Baldwin. Another in Bleckley and Lawrence, and the third is out there in Trutland County, which I think they'll probably likely expire soon. But once again, the things that they're looking for with these storms are hail, or wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. And some of these do have that hail cores in them. And the one here in Bibb County has it, combined with all that lightning that you see here on the screen. This one storm south of Danville is starting to have some hail develop in it. And the one that's moving out of Trutland County now, it had hail in it, but no longer. So, just kind of coming back to this one in Bibb County, where the population is the highest, you guys are still seeing lots of lightning once again. The hail, it looks like is no longer as widespread as it was, but it looks like it's starting to move into Dry Branch now. You definitely don't want to be on the roadways at the moment. And then, like I said, these 2 cells south of Danville. So the second one, east of Rents, it's not severe, which is good, because what it's going to do is, as it moves south and eastward, it's going to calm the atmosphere. So when this system moves over the same area, it's not going to be as strong. So I think this will expire once the storm gets towards Dexter. It'll definitely weaken, but we shall see. It looks like we did just get a report in trees down across Fulton Mill Road between US 80 and Mount Pleasant Church Road, and there is no way around. So, like I said, you definitely want to avoid the roadways if you can, especially here in Bibb County. I know Twiggs County got a lot of muddy and dirt roads, so another reason there. And this storm west of Detley, south of Danville, this storm should start to weaken as it moves south and eastward right now, but as it moves south and eastward. But right now, it does have some hail with it, and I'm not really too concerned about this storm here in Trutland County. It's not showing much of anything. Heavy downpours and a couple lightning strikes too. But I think Bibb County right now is my main focus. And let's see, hold on. Yeah, and this hail core, it's not letting up either. With a lot of these storms, we've seen them come and go, but this one is still here and headed towards the Dry Branch area there in Twiggs County along US 80. So just be careful there. Let's see what the National Weather Service just said. They issued a special weather statement for Marion, Sly, and a couple other counties to our north and west. So I'm going to, let's zoom out a little bit and see if we get a bigger picture. I'm still trying to keep track of those storms down there in Abbeville. I haven't forgot about y'all, but it looks like we still have a lot of activity west of our viewing area. So we're watching this system here. Where's my pointer? Here it is. We're watching this as well, because that could make its way into places farther south. Once again, we do have that severe thunderstorm watch in place until 8 p.m. That's for everywhere along Taylor, Crawford, Bibb, Twiggs, Wilkinson, and Washington counties southward. That's until 8. I don't think we'll see storms until 8, but we will see. Lots of activity now. Let's see what's going on in Abbeville. Still seeing some light hail, but nothing extravagant. And again, you really want to avoid I-16 and I-75 if you can, especially if you're traveling through Macon right now. But yeah, no significant power outages at the moment. I'm going to check GDOT real quick. Department of Transportation, see if they're seeing anything, any accidents. All right, thankfully there are none. I'm glad nobody's out there on the roadways. All right. All right, so Jasper County, you guys are in the clear. Lamar County, Upson, you guys are in the clear. Monroe, not yet. You guys aren't seeing as much rain, but there's still some lightning strikes back behind this thunderstorm. Moving through Bibb County, headed towards Twiggs County. If you have any party planning or anything like that in Twiggs County, it's getting ready to rain. I know they had their graduation ceremonies for high schoolers. And a lot of people are across Central Georgia happening today. So if you have any outdoor plans with that or even Memorial Day plans this weekend, specifically right now, you guys might want to put a hold on it for now, especially, Twiggs County. Checking out the storm here in Dudley now, west of Dudley, really. That warning expires at 2:30. The hail looks to have weakened a lot. We'll see if they shortchange this warning there, and this warning out here still is not looking like anything, so we're just gonna ignore that a little bit for now. I'll keep my eye on it though. The lightning has not let up at all. That's one thing to mention. Let's see. Joanna asks, is more rain coming to Macon this afternoon? It's not in my forecast. Someone said they're headed from Fort Valley with a boat. I would not drive just yet. There's a lot of lightning, some pretty heavy downpours right now. It should start to clear out soon. And it looks like they trimmed back this severe thunderstorm warning that we've been talking about. Monroe County is no longer in it, and West Macon is no longer in it. So Power is out on Hartley Bridge Road, says Alan Beck. I'm going to see if it's not reported to Georgia Power just yet at the very least. I'll check again, but I wasn't seeing that earlier. And you have to call it in, so people, oh yeah, oh, there it is. Yeah, 300 people, 300 customers are without power right now in Bibb County. But that warning that we're looking at now, they canceled Baldwin County as well. So Baldwin and Monroe, you guys are no longer in this severe thunderstorm warning. This is more of Macon moving into Twiggs County at the very least. Okay. A lot more activity going on in Dublin. I'm going to take a look at the Skycam a couple of times. One in Macon first, and then we'll look at the one in Dublin. So it looks a lot clearer than what we saw earlier. So these storms are moving through pretty quickly. The sun may come out later on this afternoon after all. Still seeing some lightning in the distance, so the coast isn't clear yet, but the rain looks to be moving farther south and eastward. So it's starting to look a little better. Let's take a look at Dublin. I want to look farther south from Dublin and see what we can see. Got some cumulus clouds out there. And there's that storm. So that's the storm that's warned. You can see that there. Look how dark it is. All right. So let me go back to the radar. You guys see how dark those clouds are. It looks like, from what I remember, looking at the radar earlier, it looks like the storms are just south of Dublin. So Dublin, you guys are good. It's just moving southward. You guys could probably hear some thunder, but this is all south of I-16. For the most part, anyway. Deadly, you guys are starting to see some storms. They trimmed that warning out there towards Trutland County. Now it's just for Emanuel County. Most of the activity looks to be leaving Bibb. However, there's still plenty of lightning with it. And then Twiggs County, you guys got some storms rolling in too. So Robins Air Force Base and Warner Robins, you guys, for the most part, just seeing some rain. Nothing severe there. But we are going to continue to monitor this stuff. I'm still watching you guys down there in Abbeville. Hopefully this stuff moves farther south if it decides to become stronger. All right. Well, I think, so meteorologist Alex Pry is here. I think he's ready to hop on. My throat is getting a little dry, so I'm gonna let him continue this for the rest of the evening. Hopefully this won't last too much longer.
All right, getting our mic clipped on here. Big shout out to Jordan. Last 2 days of work here, and of course Mother Nature has to throw this at us this afternoon, but I will give him a little bit of a break now. And I believe the mic, it's a little messy right now. So yeah, I just drove in from Warner Robins and drove through all of this stuff here in Bibb County, and it was not very fun. I got slowed down to about 20 miles an hour on the interstate and couldn't really see more than about 5 feet in front of me. So definitely do not want to be on the roads if you are in any of this heavy rain whatsoever. pull over to the side when it's safe to do so and kind of just ride it out until it is a little bit more visible to drive on the roads. Obviously, not very safe to be on the roads in these severe thunderstorm warnings, but let's go ahead and jump right into it. So we do have these 3 severe thunderstorm warnings now for central Georgia. I believe just 2 now in our viewing area, as they have trimmed Treutlen County off this one further down to the right, just south of Swainsboro and Emmanuel County. But we're going to start on the one in Bleckley and Lawrence. And yes, we just got another warning down there. So now we do have 3. So we have Dodge, Telfair, and Wilcox down in our southern counties right here. So that encompasses areas like Abbeville, Milan, Jacksonville, down at the very southern edge of Telfair County. This is the newest warning, and it will go until 2:45 this afternoon. Definitely seeing some heavy rain right there, a lot of lightning signatures bunched up together, and we will take a look at the hail if there's any signatures with that. So we are getting a few hail signatures right all over Rhine down in southern Dodge County, and then just to the south, maybe a little bit south-southeast of Milan down in Telfair County. And if I pull up the Curie, see about how large this hail is. So 0.7 inches. So we're talking about 3/4 of an inch in diameter of hail according to these signatures right here. And if we go over to the signature in Rhine, right there, about 3/10 of an inch in diameter. So we're picking up some hail with this heavy rain and lightning, and obviously gusty winds with all of these already. But let's take it up to the one in Bleckley and Lawrence County now. This one is for another 35 minutes as we just hit 155. So this one is mainly along I-16 and south of it. So the most of it does look to be south of Dublin, but you can see a lot of lightning flashes close in the vicinity of Dublin, right around Dudley, Dexter. So obviously if thunder roars, go indoors. I know a lot of people are outside celebrating graduations and stuff, and this is definitely putting a damper on the plans. But make sure that you are inside and not outside where all this lightning is, heavy rain, gusty winds. Just ride it out for about 20-30 minutes while this storm does pass, and I will let you know when you are all clear. But even if after this rain and the lightning has cleared you, you will want to still take caution in case any lightning strikes pop up where there isn't any rain, like this one just to the north of Dudley right here. So you don't necessarily need rain for lightning to strike. As you can see, we can have some stray lightning strikes outside of the main swath of rain. So this is our second warning right here, Bleckley and Lawrence, and then we'll take it back up to the north. This is the one I was just talking about. I just drove through going up I-75. This is for Bibb, Jones, Twiggs, and Wilkinson. It looks like a lot of the lighter stuff in this kind of northern portion of this big swath of rain is all over Jones County, but still not insignificant whatsoever. Still some strong thunderstorm effects right there. But the bulk of it does look to be moving through into northern Twiggs now, just out of East Bibb County, and some of the heavier rain stretching all the way over into Wilkinson County as well, all around Gordon, Irwinton, Dry Branch, really seeing the bulk of all of this rain right now. If I take the lightning off, you can see all of this kind of red orange color. This is very heavy precipitation that is falling, and combined with those winds, it is basically going sideways from what I got a visual of just a few minutes ago. So, and this continuing to stretch, even some thunderstorm effects down in northern Houston County. Not seeing too much lightning down there, but still a stray lightning strike or two. But all of the lightning is really bunched up in kind of northwestern, eastern Bibb County, so all around the Macon, Rutland, Dry Branch areas, anywhere in those vicinities, you are going to be seeing severe thunderstorm impacts with this. And this will go for another 3 minutes right now is what this warning is, and I imagine they will start to kind of shift it a little bit further southward. So the newest polygon might kind of get down further around the Jeffersonville area, southern Wilkinson County, just seeing the general direction of this shift of this thunderstorm, really trying to follow where the most intensity of lightning or the most frequency of all these lightning strikes bunching up together is going. That's kind of the heaviest the rain, really the most severe impacts in terms of this severe thunderstorm warning. So we're going to continue to keep an eye on that as we have about 2 minutes until that will be coming on out. And I'm going to take a peek over at the chat real quick, So it looks like the last thing we got was at 1:53, right when I hopped on, about the severe thunderstorm warning down in Dodge, Telfair, and Wilcox. So we'll go ahead and pull that back up since that is our newest warning, while we got about 2 minutes to wait and see what happens with that one in Bibb and Wilkinson and Twiggs counties. And I believe we just got some kind of new message. Let's see if I can, that's the forecast discussion. Pretty sure you don't need to be a meteorologist to know what's going on today. All right, so yes, this one down here, radar indicated 7 miles east of Abbeville, moving southeast at 20 miles an hour. So as you can see, this box is kind of slanted towards the southeast. That is basically the direction of this thunderstorm cell that we are seeing down in southern Dodge County, moving into Telfair now. Really getting on out of Wilcox now. We're still seeing a few lightning strikes here and there, but most of the heavier rain looks to be moving to the southeast of Abbeville. So we're going to continue to watch this as it moves down into our southern counties right here. So southern Dodge County seeing a good amount of lightning, not necessarily bunched up like it is up here in Bibb County and Twiggs County, but continuing further and further into Telfair County. Kind of two separate centers of this, if you will, of heavy rain right here in this very southern corner of Dodge County, and then over here to the southeast of Milan down in Telfair County. So continuing to keep an eye on this. Just seeing a lot of lightning strikes continue to pop up here and there. And it is 1:59, so let's see what is going to happen with this. Did just walk in, so I haven't seen, I got a billion notifications on my phone, so let's see if I can find what they were saying about this severe thunderstorm warning up here in Bibb and Twiggs. Okay, so it has expired. That has gone away now, but I am pretty confident that we are going to get another severe thunderstorm warning issued just a little bit further to the southeast. They probably wanted to let that one expire because there's kind of a new direction that the storm is going in per se, and very sporadic. These storms obviously have these general southeastern tilts to them in terms of the direction, but really going where there is the most available energy for these thunderstorms to pop on up. With it being Memorial Day weekend, I think we can officially say that these storms are very summer-like. Obviously, with the 90-degree days we've had in the past couple of days and all of the moisture going to be present, we're going to typically start to see this more so in the afternoon hours of each and every day, that we do have sufficient moisture and a lot of warm temperatures on there. So not seeing anything right there. So for right now, we do have two warnings for central Georgia. We don't have that one up in Bibb, Twiggs, Wilkinson counties anymore. I wouldn't be surprised if we get another one to pop up here in the next few minutes or so, but we still have the one in Bleckley and Lawrence. That one really going almost parallel to I-16. So as you can see, Dudley, Dexter, and just outside of Dublin right now, but we're continuing to kind of see it shift maybe a little bit further towards the direct east as opposed to the southeast. But either way, I'm going to pull that one up over here. Let's see if I can find the information about how fast it's moving and then give you a little track of where it's going. Let's see, this is Dodge, Telfair. Continues, Emmanuel, Baldwin, Monroe, Bibb, Jones, all right, Bleckley, and so we did get this about almost 30 minutes ago, but I'm still going to track it given the parameters that they gave us when they issued the warning. So moving southeast at 20 miles an hour. Switch back over here and draw a track for you. So let's kind of go on the outside of this rain right here. So 20 miles an hour southeast. All right, so we're looking at Goretta at 207, 240 Lowry, and then 301 and Barnhill. So from when I draw that polygon right there, the good news is not impacting per se a lot of populated areas, very small towns, but if you are in these towns, you will be seeing these thunderstorms roll in here on these time frames. So Goretta fairly soon here in the next couple of minutes, and then closer to 3 o'clock for Lowry and Barnhill, stretching down into very southeast Lawrence County, and then getting into southwest Treutlen County down there in Barnhill. But if you are in Dublin, I know you're not in this polygon, I know you're not in this track, but severe thunderstorms don't obey these borders that they do give us from the National Weather Service. So if you are in Dublin and you do hear thunder outside or see lightning outside, go indoors, ride this storm on out for a little bit. And plus, we do still have all this stuff further up to the northwest in Twiggs and Wilkinson counties that will be trekking into Lawrence County eventually. So if you don't see rain with this thunderstorm that's currently around Dudley, I-16, then you will more than likely see a lot of this rain associated with what we just had come through Bibb County. But not seeing any other warning associated with this Bibb and Twiggs storm, so that is good news for right now. They're probably hopefully detecting some weakening with this storm, but still, even though there's not a severe thunderstorm tag on this anywhere in Twiggs County, obviously lots of lightning all over the county, so definitely go inside. You don't want to be outside. Obviously, when thunder roars, go indoors, and if you see lightning, that means thunder is quick to follow. So not safe to be outside, and like I said, just with the gusty winds I've already experienced driving on up here, it is definitely something you don't want to be on the roads for if you are in any of these areas, because I mean, I was slowed down to about 20 miles an hour, almost had to completely stop for a couple minutes down on I-75 as this thunderstorm did roll on through. So yes, very limited visibility. You have winds that are blowing you around as you are driving on the roads. So if you are planning on driving during this time frame on your Saturday afternoon, just give it a couple minutes, allow for this storm to pass, and then it will be a lot better for you to drive on around this afternoon. So there's Bleckley, Lawrence, and then let's go revisit this one further down in Dodge and Telfair counties. We still do have Wilcox County in this polygon right here, and still seeing some areas of lightning just around the Dodge and Telfair county lines right there on the very southeastern portion of Wilcox County, so around the Browning area. A couple lightning strikes nearby, but I'm not seeing too much rain whatsoever, maybe a little bit of a shower to the southwest of Abbeville, but the bulk of it seems to be all over southern Dodge County, and then kind of the southwest half of Telfair County, if you will, so southwest of McRae. So areas like Milan, Jacksonville, Poplar Hill, Cobbville, Temperance, China Hill, all of these areas seeing strong thunderstorm impacts right there. And it looks like we have a special weather statement for Bleckley, Lawrence, Twiggs, and Wilkinson. So I would imagine this is what they were talking about. So this storm that we did have a severe thunderstorm warning with earlier in Bibb, stretching into Twiggs County, it was up in Jones a little bit earlier as well. That is continuing to produce strong thunderstorm impacts, but it's only warranted a special weather statement as of now. So that's a step below our severe thunderstorm warnings. But still, we're only talking a couple of parameters that are just barely off the criteria to be a severe thunderstorm warning. So we're going to continue to monitor that, but still strong thunderstorm impacts all over Twiggs County right now, stretching into Wilkinson County, and then that will be getting into Bleckley and Lawrence fairly soon. As you can see, all that rain, at least the edge of this rain, kind of just south of Danville right here, but even starting to merge a little bit with this severe thunderstorm warning that we have been seeing in Lawrence County, stretching all along I-16. And starting to see more lightning strikes pop up further to the direct east as opposed to generally southeast, but the main reason I'm saying this is because Dublin is so close to the severe thunderstorm warning. So if you are in Dublin, go ahead and go indoors and continue to ride this storm out from the safety of your home, as we are continuing to see lots of lightning and even some hail signatures associated with this along I-16. So Dublin not in the polygon, but like I said, severe thunderstorm warnings do not obey these borders that we do give them. It's a general kind of box about areas that could be impacted fairly soon according to the direction of this thunderstorm. So seeing a little bit of hail just to the west of Dudley, and then all kind of in between the triangle of Dudley, Dexter, and Dublin, just south of I-16, getting some hail signatures. Not too substantial by any means, which is good news. That's definitely what you want to see, but still noting that there is very intense rain, even some very, very small hail. We're talking about maybe penny quarter size, or not quite quarter size, about penny, maybe dime size hail that is falling from the sky in these areas right here. So 3/10, 4/10 of an inch is what our signatures have currently right now. All right. And for anyone watching in Emmanuel County, the National Weather Service has just expired that severe thunderstorm warning. So that will be going until 2:15, so another 7 minutes, and then this warning will go away for anyone in Emmanuel County they're definitely seeing some weakening with this little thunderstorm cell around Stillmore, just south of Swainsboro. Not seeing too much lightning with this, but still some heavy rain associated with this. But that severe tag has been taken off, so it will go away here in about 7 minutes when it's allowed to expire at 2:15. But still seeing this severe thunderstorm warning up here, Bleckley and Lawrence. Not really seeing too much in Bleckley right now, but also kind of the merging with that storm further up in Twiggs County, going to start to see some more rain enter Bleckley County here in the next little bit around Cary, maybe even stretching down to Cochran in Bleckley County. But really, all along I-16. So if you are planning on driving on I-16 here this afternoon, go ahead and make plans to do so in maybe another hour or two after it is cleared on out. It is a messy day to be on the roads, and really all over, stretching from maybe the eastern edge of Lawrence County, going all the way up in through Twiggs County, up here even into Macon. It is just a messy time out there on the roads, and definitely not something you want to be going at high speeds on the interstate for. Obviously I-16 with speed limits up to 70. I imagine most people are driving with their flashers on, and definitely cutting the speed down about 30, 40 miles an hour. But please refrain from refrain from going on the roads this afternoon. I know it is prime time for weekend plans, but just allow for this storm to pass before you do get on the roads. It is very nasty out there, and you don't want to run the risk of hydroplaning or running into something with the limited visibility on the road. So going to take it back down here to our southern severe further south severe thunderstorm warning, I should say. Still seeing a little bit of rain over in Wilcox, so around the Abbeville area still. Stay inside for just a little bit. We are still seeing some heavy rain and lightning flashes here and there that are pretty close by, so close enough for you to hear the thunder, so that means you should definitely be indoors. All around the Milan, Rhine, Cobbville, Temperance, and China Hill areas, further into Dodge and Telfair counties is where we're seeing this. So this warning goes for about another 34 minutes or so. Just really seeing not much direction or movement really with this, just lightning kind of popping up here and there all over the place with this thunderstorm cell, but seeing high concentrations of lightning bunched up together further to the east in kind of the middle of Telfair County, further over to the west. Trying to get on out of Dodge right now, but still seeing some lightning flashes pop up here and there, some heavy rain. So if you are in southern Dodge, definitely still stay indoors for a little bit. We're talking Chauncey, just to the southwest of Chauncey in Dodge County. Eastman even seeing a little bit of a heavy rain shower move pretty close by downtown. So yeah, that is another story. We are seeing a lot of these just kind of random pop-up heavy showers. Maybe a few of them have some lightning strikes, like over here in Mount Vernon, over in Montgomery County. You can see not necessarily severe, but still strong thunderstorms. You're seeing the reds, the oranges on our radar signature indicating heavy rain, a few lightning flashes here and there. Even Eastman, a very, very tiny example of one right there, but they can produce some lightning just like this one to the west of Cadwell up in northern Dodge County right here. So even if you do get one of these heavy showers, you are going to want to move indoors because it is possible that they'll produce some lightning, also some gusty winds as well. So even if you don't see any of these severe thunderstorm warnings near you, it will be wise if you do see some heavy rain coming on the horizon, then it will be wise to go inside and obviously stay off the roads for just a little bit as all these storms do move on through. Let's check the National Weather Service chat, see if we have any new updates on our current severe thunderstorm warnings. Let's see, Bleckley and Lawrence. As Special weather statement, Emmanuel, Johnson, Lawrence, Trutland, and Washington. This was at 2:09. I imagine this is, okay. Okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense. I was reading all those counties and I was just like, those counties are all kind of close together, but I didn't understand what they were saying. Just listen, all these random counties, especially with the manual, not really seeing this, but this is what they're talking about. So special weather statement for this thunderstorm right here, just to the west of Wrightsville, really getting close to Wrightsville, the Oconee, Harrison, even stretching further over to some heavy rain and occasional lightning over in Nicholsville and Wilkinson County. So this is one level below a severe thunderstorm warning. They have indicated winds up to 40 miles an hour and pea-sized hail associated with this thunderstorm that is moving into the western edge of Johnson County right here. So special weather statement for that. Some strong thunderstorm impacts with this, not necessarily severe, but still seeing some gusty winds, heavy rain, frequent lightning associated with this, and even some pea-sized hail indicated in the National Weather Service chat. Let's see, and yes, you can see that just to the southwest of Harrison and just to the northwest of Wrightsville. So if we take the Curie, about 3/10 of an inch, so yes, I would say that's about pea-sized hail. And that hail signature is with the heaviest rain that we are seeing just to the west of Harrison and Wrightsville, but continuing with this latest radar scan that we have gotten, getting closer and closer. So anyone in Harrison and southern Washington County and Wrightsville and Johnson County or western Johnson County, you guys want to go inside and just ride this storm on out while there is frequent lightning, heavy rain, even a little bit of hail indicated on the radar. Let's go back to this one in Bleckley and Lawrence, mainly in Lawrence now, but starting to see some of that rain further to the northwest enter Bleckley County. Thankfully not seeing too many lightning strikes over in Bleckley County, but getting close on this Lawrence County line. Really just seeing all this lightning pop up and go along I-16. Really, and we're seeing a couple of hail signatures to the west of Dudley, south of Dublin. So getting close and close, a little too close for comfort if you are in Dublin. So like I have been saying, if you are in Dublin, you can probably hear the thunder associated with this lightning. That means you are close enough to be struck by lightning if you are outside, even if you're not seeing any of the rain. So I know the rain is all around Dublin right now, but we can see lightning strikes outside of these swaths of rain that we are seeing. So, and you can see there's plenty of lightning to go around, really stretching from the western edge of Lawrence County all the way over to the eastern edge. And Lawrence County is a fairly big county in our viewing area. So that just shows you a lot of lightning associated with this. And this severe thunderstorm warning is still going for another about 14 minutes or so. We'll see what they're doing with that. But still, even if they do take the severe tag away, strong thunderstorms all over the kind of southern southwestern half of Lawrence County, if you will, but still some strong thunderstorms further up in the northern half of the county as well, and still seeing a lot of heavy rain and such. And there's a perfect example of what I was just talking about. You can see that lightning strike just to the north of where you see Dublin down here. You do not need rain in order to get lightning strikes. So that is a prime example of what I was just saying right there. And these thunderstorms not obeying this yellow line that we have given them with their severe thunderstorm warning. So like I said, if you are in Dublin, you are close enough to this severe thunderstorm that you are going to see some of the effects like these stray lightning strikes, maybe some gusty winds. But the main concern is really the heavy rain or lightning strikes that you could see associated with this. So, and if you are in Dublin, close enough to the severe thunderstorm that you'll want to be inside. Do not want to be on the roads if you are down in Dublin or even on I-16, especially on I-16 is really what I should say. But Condor, Catlin, Harlow, these areas all around Dublin, you guys, this goes for you as well. So just go inside, ride this storm on out, stay updated with us here, and I will continue to keep you updated with this severe thunderstorm warning. But like I said, it is just a little too close for comfort. You're just right on the edge of this polygon, but still going to see effects like these stray lightning strikes I was kind of talking about right there. So I'm going to pull up the hail signature once again. Really seeing a lot of intensification, I guess, if you will. Not a whole lot of intensification, but still seeing some in this hail signature right here. As you can see, about a little over ½ an inch in size now. So we're moving up from pea-sized to maybe penny-sized, dime-sized hail. Montrose, just to the northwest, or northeast, excuse me, of you guys, just to the northeast of I-16 as well. And moving further and further into Dudley is where this hail signature looks to be moving, but as you can see, a lot of lightning associated with this, some heavy rain. If I take the lightning off right here, lots of dark reds, maroons, even getting into maybe a little bit of pink trying to pop on up within this. There's some areas of pink right there, but that is what we're talking about. Just to the northeast of Montrose, pretty close to Dudley as well, northwest of Dudley, Haskins Crossing is these areas further in the northwestern corner of Lawrence County, where we're seeing the most intense severe thunderstorm impacts. But even lightning and strong thunderstorms stretching all the way across Lawrence County right here, continuing to go to the eastern edge, now over into western Treutlen County, northern Montgomery County, and maybe a few around the edges of Wheeler County, just to the northeast of Alamo. And then we take it down here to our severe thunderstorm warning further down in Dodge, Telfair, and Wilcox. Wilcox and Dodge really just seeing some strong thunderstorm impacts, the occasional lightning strike, some heavy rain, maybe not as gusty of winds, but the most intense portion of this severe thunderstorm warning definitely moving into southern Telfair County now. So just to the northwest of Jacksonville, seeing a lot of lightning bunched up together around the Temperance, China Hill areas, along highway, I believe that is 117. It's a little fuzzy. Yeah, 117, 132, around those areas. And then another kind of bunched up center or concentration of lightning around the Cobbville areas, just to the southwest of Cedar Park. Highway 319, 149 as well, seeing those areas going to have some heavy rain, gusty winds, and definitely frequent lightning, but also more than likely some hail signatures as well. So we're talking about pea-sized hail associated with those two centers of heavy lightning, heavy rainfall, gusty winds right there. So about 3/10, 4/10 of an inch in diameter for that hail. So that warning going for another 25 minutes, and then the one further to the north that is really all across Lawrence County, that one going for another 10 minutes. Going to continue to watch the National Weather Service chat to see what they're going to do with this, but it did look like we did just get a little bit of ramp up in intensification further around the Dudley area. So let's check out the hail signature, and once again, still seeing hail upwards to a little bit bigger than pea size now. So we're talking above ½ an inch in diameter, about 6/10 of an inch. So maybe getting up to about dime, penny sized hail. But still, hail nonetheless, no matter how big the size, is something you don't want to be outside for. Doesn't feel too good falling thousands of feet high up in the sky at a very fast speed and knocking you on the head. So if you do see any hail, definitely go indoors. Obviously, if you hear thunder, go indoors. And then this heavy rain and kind of whipping wind that is making this rain appear to go sideways at times is going to be enough for you to want to go inside as well. So like I said, I know it's a busy afternoon, lots of graduations, lots of graduation parties, lots of celebrating to do. It's Memorial Day weekend, I know, but it's definitely going to be in your best decision to just ride these storms on out for about the maybe 30 minutes to an hour or so that they are going to be going on. And then after that, I will be giving you kind of the all clear to go on outside. But even still, after the severe thunderstorm warnings go away, you are still going to want, if you're trying to have any outdoor plans, proceed with caution, because as you can see up here further around Macon, Warner Robins, Twiggs County, Jeffersonville, you can still see lightning strikes popping up here and there. So that is something you will want to keep an eye out for. Obviously, it's not safe to be out by the pool or outside in general if you are hearing thunder or seeing lightning. So definitely play that by ear even after some of the severe thunderstorms per se have moved through the area. But good news with that storm that was up in Bibb, moving into the northwestern portion of Twiggs, definitely falling apart, at least in terms of intensity, lightning bunching up together, but still seeing parts of this severe thunderstorm here and there that are heavy rain, some frequent or occasional lightning, and then gusty winds, I imagine, as well. And then taking a look back over to the west, some of these areas, so Talbot County, Taylor County, starting to see some lightning bunch up over in the western edge of that, so we're going to continue to monitor that, see if we get a severe tag per se around the Butler, Rupert, Reynolds area, just to the west of y'all. Seeing some heavy rain, lightning bunched up together, and let's see about the hail signature. So seeing some baby-sized hail, pea-sized hail bunched up together around Junction City, and then just to the west of the Taylor County line over in Marion County as well. So that will continue to trek what looks to be east-southeastward. Will it get a tag as a severe thunderstorm from the National Weather Service? We will continue to monitor that, but still strong thunderstorm impacts around Talbotton, Junction City, moving into the western edge of Taylor County now, so areas in Butler, Rupert, Reynolds, severe thunderstorm, or not severe, excuse me, strong thunderstorms all around you, so definitely want to go inside, especially if you're hearing some of that thunder associated with these lightning strikes popping up in the western edge of the county. Still some strong thunderstorms per se in southern Crawford, moving into Peach County now, so Byron, Fort Valley, just south of Roberta. Not seeing too much lightning associated with this, but it is here and there. Still seeing some heavy rain though, and I imagine some gusty winds associated with this. Something kind of won't want to be outside for, going to be rather nasty, and that continuing to try to move further across I-75, maybe into northern Houston County here in a little bit, and still seeing some stray lightning strikes outside of the rain in Warner Robins right there. Just a couple around Bon Air as well. So if you do kind of see some ramping on up in northern Houston County, that it will be wise to go inside for that. And then I know graduations all this afternoon. I don't necessarily have the schedule on me. I'm hoping, Jordan, do you know?
There's one in Perry.
They should almost be done, I think, right? Because they started yesterday.
There was one at 8 this morning. There might be one at 12. There might be one at 4.
Okay. So if we are looking at whoever one of the Houston County schools graduating, I think one was, like Jordan was saying, at around noon today. So hopefully they'll be wrapping that on up so you guys can get on out of there. Get on home, not have to deal with the messy graduation. But if you are one of the later graduations after that today, around 4 o'clock or so, we could be looking at some heavier rain and occasional flashes of lightning per se moving in to that area fairly soon. But we'll continue to keep you updated on that. But still, with these two severe thunderstorm warnings, Lawrence, Bleckley, and then the one further to the south, Dodge, Telfair, and Wilcox. I believe this one down further to the south is more so Telfair County now, so still seeing some thunderstorm impacts in Wilcox and Dodge counties, not so much Wilcox anymore, but still you guys are within this severe thunderstorm warning. They would have trimmed you off by now if they did think there weren't still some thunderstorm impacts with this. So like I said, this warning only for another 20, maybe 19 minutes or so. So just kind of ride this on out for the next 20 or so minutes, and then we'll see what they do with this severe thunderstorm warning as it continues to kind of trek out of the central Georgia area. But this one up here in Lawrence County, really the one we're keeping a main eye on just because of its widespread impacts. Even starting to see some hail signatures pop up in just southwest of Soperton, right on the Telfair and Wheeler County state line. Some notable hail at times, about 0.6 of an inch in diameter. So like I said, you get to about maybe 2-3 of an inch in diameter. We're talking maybe some pea-sized hail, and then a step up with this, maybe dime, penny-sized hail. But who knows if it's actually that big or not. That's just what our radar is indicating. But still not something you want to be outside for, because even if you are seeing hail or not, you still have very heavy rain, gusty winds, and frequent lightning bunched up together. I thought I saw something over here pop up in the chat, but I guess not. So another 2 minutes before we see what they do with this severe thunderstorm warning up here in Bleckley and Lawrence. I imagine maybe a trim off or just an expiration of this warning entirely and maybe drawing a new box. We're still seeing some hail signatures and some lightning bunched on up together. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe this little area on the Trutland, Wheeler County state line where we're getting that hail signature moving into northern Montgomery County, that could get some kind of tag or special weather statement with it. All right, so Jordan was kind enough to look up the Houston County graduations for the rest of today. So I believe the last graduation is my alma mater, Houston County High, so that will be at the Georgia National Fairgrounds here in about an hour. So I imagine the graduation before probably wrapping up, and then the kids from Houston County getting ready to walk the stage. But as you can see, starting to see some heavy rain creep into Perry, close around the Georgia National Fairgrounds. So not an ideal graduation day by any means. And let's see, I'm going to pop up the Perry Skycam actually and see what we are seeing down there. So right now it does look like folks walking on about outside, seeing some dark clouds all around there. But it does look like the heavier rain is further to the north, but not seeing heavy rain per se down there in Perry. Maybe some sprinkles right now, and I'm going to go ahead and pop that up for y'all. Where's the Skycam? Skycams. There we go. Okay. So yeah, this is the live look down at the Georgia National Fairgrounds. Some breezy conditions. Not seeing any heavy rain immediately at the Georgia National Fairgrounds. But if we take a look at what's on the radar, you can see some heavy rain around the vicinity of it, maybe further north in Houston County. Really all over Peach County right now, trying to move into Houston County. So Houston County graduation here in the next hour or so. We are looking at some heavy rain and a few lightning strikes. So there's a thunderstorm getting ready to roll in close to the Georgia National Fairgrounds in Perry. So definitely want to get inside for just a little bit, and hopefully this storm will move on through fairly quick and you can get on with all the graduation festivities. But want you guys to know that there is thunderstorm getting ready to roll through there, not necessarily severe, not necessarily too strong, but still seeing some heavy rain, some gusty winds going to be possible, and then a couple occasional lightning strikes that you don't want to be outside for as well. And we'll take a look at any hail and maybe even a little bit of a pea-sized hail signature moving through southern Peach County, getting closer and closer to Perry. So if you are heading to graduation right now, definitely be very cautious on the roads, as we're seeing I-75, some heavy rain at times on there, so definitely proceed with caution. Try to avoid being on the roads for a little bit, but I know graduation, it's a big deal, so a lot of you are going to be on the roads. Hopefully get there sooner rather than later so you can go ahead and get down to the fairgrounds and get inside before this thunderstorm does roll on through. But hopefully we will see it move just to the north, maybe northeast of the National Fairgrounds in Perry, and then you guys can avoid the bulk of the rain. Also, Jordan has noted to me over 800 customers without power in Bibb County, which does not surprise me because I was seeing trees falling down on I-75 on my way up here. So we are receiving a good amount of reports of power outages. In terms of when will your power come back on, I'm not the person to ask for that. I do the weather and I do not understand the power. So you will want to get in contact with Georgia Power if your power is on out. But we'll continue to provide you with updates with power outages as we do see them. But unfortunately, I was not very good at the electricity part of physics in college, so I can't really help you with that. Really seeing a lot of spreading on out with this lightning that is all over Lawrence County, stretching further and further into Trutland County, northern Wheeler County, Montgomery County, which is good news because when you see the lightning spread on out, that does hint at kind of de-intensification, if you will, in terms of these like heavy centers of rain, but we are seeing a good amount of hail signatures associated where we do see lightning bunching on up. So now seeing a hail signature to the southeast of Cadwell, still seeing that signature around the Trutland and Wheeler County state line, stretching probably into Montgomery and Lawrence as well. So some pea-sized, maybe dime-sized hail associated with this, and that those areas where you are seeing the hail signatures, definitely the heaviest of rain, the gustier winds are going to be associated with these severe thunderstorm warnings as well. So, and I actually didn't even notice it, but the warning that we did have in Lawrence and Bleckley is now gone. There's just so much yellow and so much to look at, I just completely passed my mind. So that is good news. No severe thunderstorm warning as of right now for Lawrence County anymore, but still seeing strong thunderstorm impacts. I imagine a couple of special weather statements will still get thrown around for some of these areas where we're seeing lightning strikes bunch up, intense rainfall and such. So yes, you don't have a severe tag anymore, but still seeing strong thunderstorms all over Lawrence County, very spread out from Dudley over to Dublin, Dexter, down to Cadwell. Let's find some smaller towns down here. Lowry, Goretta, Barnhill. Yeah. So all over Lawrence County. So if you are in Lawrence County, definitely ride this storm on out. Go indoors while we are seeing these strong thunderstorms impact. Treat it like a severe thunderstorm warning. And we now got another warning down here. So that hail signature we were kind of looking at on the Wheeler County, Trutland County state line has issued or prompted a severe thunderstorm warning. So this is for Montgomery, Toombs, Trutland, Wheeler. And look, we're ahead of the game. We got the buzzer going off now at the station. So this encompasses places like Soperton, right on that line, but still close enough to see these severe thunderstorm impacts. So I would include them in this. And then we're talking northern Wheeler County, just to the north of Alamo, I believe closer to Glenwood in here, Mount Vernon, Higgston, Kibbe, Terrytown, and then stretching further and further over into Toombs County, Normantown, Vidalia, Lyons, Santa Claus on the outer edge of this polygon, but still seeing widespread strong thunderstorms, severe thunderstorm impacts with this, but the bulk of it, what was really prompted this warning is this area right here that we have been monitoring on the Wheeler, Trutland, Montgomery, kind of three corners area. So this will go until 3:15, and as this part does move further and further to the southeast, hopefully we will see central Georgia counties kind of trimmed on out of this, but another 40 minutes for this warning that has just been issued. But as you can see, a lot of lightning bunching up, but not too different from what we're seeing further over to the west, just to the south of Cadwell. Yes, not necessarily bunched up as much as this lightning is right here, and maybe not producing as much of a hail signature, but very similar. So really just showing you that even strong thunderstorms outside of this severe polygon still having very similar impacts to what these severe storms are as well. So, and we're seeing these areas of the most intense rain, the most intense lightning produce these hail signatures too. So we got one along I-16 just north of Soperton, still seeing a little bit of a wider swath with this one that is in northern Wheeler County, the very southern edge of Trutland, and very south portion of Lawrence County as well. Another hail core right here to the southeast of Cadwell, and then one to the north of Vidalia. And if we take it over here to where our other warning is, just the west of Jacksonville, seeing a hail core right there as well. So we're talking about pea-sized hail associated with this. So continue to keep an eye on this. This warning now, oh, and another one did just pop on up. And like I was just telling you, just to the west, we didn't necessarily have severe criteria per se, but now the National Weather Service has seen an intensification in lightning, hail signatures and such. So now getting a severe thunderstorm warning for this area to the west of what we were just talking about, just to the southeast of Cadwell. This warning is for Dodge, Lawrence, Telfair, and Wheeler counties. More so the southern portion of Lawrence County, getting into the eastern edge of Dodge County, and then stretching further down into the McRae and Alamo areas in Wheeler County and Telfair counties. So 3 warnings all bunched up kind of side by side with each other right here. and then continuing to keep an eye on what's going over to the west, or what's going on over to the west. Still seeing some strong thunderstorms in Taylor County, now moving north, or at least the most intense portion north of Butler, but all around Taylor County, really stretching from north to southwest over to east. All these areas impacted by strong thunderstorms, and that stretching over into southern Crawford County, over into Peach County as well, so the Fort Valley areas, all around, getting into Perry now, starting to see some heavier rain. So let's actually go pop up a live look of that. Because we were just talking about that for graduation. So as you can see, there's some rain falling down now, so definitely making for nasty weather for graduation. I would advise staying in your car as long as you can, but still proceeding with caution, because obviously many of you are going to walk in with umbrellas that are definitely lightning magnets. So just proceed with caution if you are heading into graduation ceremonies, getting going for Houston County High here in about the next hour or so. It is a messy afternoon. I can see some folks running in to beat the rain, but definitely bring in the rain jacket, rain boots. If you haven't left your house and you're getting ready to go down for graduation ceremonies for Houston County High, it is a messy afternoon down there, but not seeing any severe tags with this thunderstorm right now, which is good, but still thunderstorms kind of rolling in, making for a messy afternoon at the Georgia National Fairgrounds. So wide look at everything, as you can see, all over the place. Yeah, no uniform shape to this really whatsoever. We do have a general driving force kind of with these thunderstorms, but the good news is we are seeing a lot of counties clear on out, and hopefully that will be the story for the rest of the evening. We're talking Jasper, Putnam, up to Hancock, down to Baldwin, Jones County, Bibb County now, I think can say we're in the clear. The northern half of Crawford County right now, but still can see some of these storms further over to the west around Talbotton, maybe stretch into portions of Crawford County, maybe southern Upson County as well. But most of Thomaston, Monroe County, Pike, Lamar, Spalding counties not seeing anything whatsoever now. I wonder if I can pop up the SATRAD actually. Let's see if we're dealing with cloud cover per se. Yeah, so still receiving some cloud cover in those areas, which is good news. You don't want to get too much sunlight after all of these storms do roll on through. That will create some surface heating and give yourself a little bit of fuel to work with as we go into the nighttime hours. But we'll continue to monitor that. It does look like some clear skies building in further to the northwest right now, but not the case for most of central Georgia. Cloudy, thunderstorms all over the place. Are 3 severe thunderstorm warnings now in the southeastern portion of central Georgia. So this first one, the furthest one over to the west, is for Montgomery, Toombs, Treutlen, and Wheeler counties. This will go for the next 35 minutes, I believe. 35, 45 minutes? Yeah, 35 minutes, 34 minutes now. But this severe thunderstorm warning really mainly because of this right here, this center of lightning, some heavy rain. If I pop the lightning off real quick, you can see the darker maroon, maybe flashes of pink, dark red colors, most intense areas of rain, lightning bunching up together, gusty winds, and some hail as well. If I pop over the hail parameter right, or hail palette right there. But even areas not within severe thunderstorm warning boxes, we're still seeing just in the north of Soperton strong thunderstorm impacts as well. Not necessarily to the parameters that we need for severe thunderstorm warnings, but still all over Treutlen County still seeing widespread thunderstorms. And then over to the east, already over in Vidalia and Toombs County, seeing some strong thunderstorms, lots of lightning bunching up together, some pea-sized, dime-sized hail signatures popping up as well. And then we'll take it over to the box right beside it. This is for Dodge, Lawrence, Telfair, and Wheeler. This one will go until 3:15 as well. Starting over the past couple of minutes, have definitely seen a ramp up in number of lightning strikes. And once again, the grayer the lightning strikes get, like this one right here, means the longer ago that they were time-wise. So if you're seeing these kind of bright white lightning strikes, that means that these are more recent, popping up here in the past couple of minutes or so, and really bunching on up together to show you where the areas with the most severe thunderstorm impacts are going to have. But this is just to the southeast of Cadwell. and stretching over into the eastern edge of Dodge County, but continuing to make its way down in this southeasterly direction per se. So Alamo, McRae within this box, Mount Vernon over in this box that is over further to the east. So continuing to keep an eye on those. Really in this very, very southern portion of Lawrence County right now, might get into this notch that we do have in the shape of Dodge County, and then northern portions of Telfair County, northwestern portions of Wheeler County going to be impacted next by this severe thunderstorm. And now let's take it down to our last one, which is for another 2 minutes. So we're going to see what happens with this severe thunderstorm warning. But as you can see, a lot of the heavier rain and the lightning strikes looks to be just to the south of Telfair County now. So we're talking areas in Ben Hill, northern Coffee County, I believe this is. So that's where the heaviest rain, and still seeing some lightning strikes all around the Jacksonville area in southern Telfair County. But we'll see what the National Weather Service does with this. I'm hoping they will go ahead and take this severe thunderstorm warning off, but we are also continuing to keep an eye on these two to the north and northeast of this box right now. And then areas that are not in any severe thunderstorm warnings, still seeing strong thunderstorm impacts widespread all the way upwards to Johnson County around the Wrightsville area. Dublin seeing some heavy rain now all over Lawrence County. That has been the case for about the past hour or so. Stretching over into Bleckley County, a few stray lightning strikes, but still some heavy rain at times. And then these storms further over to the west, and really seeing some ramping on up and intensification around the Taylor County area. The hail still about pea-sized signatures on this palette right here, but also seeing some pea-sized hail signatures right there just north of the Georgia National Fairgrounds. So we were hoping this would kind of go around, go more so to the northeast of Perry for folks at graduation. So definitely seeing some strong thunderstorm impacts at the Georgia National Fairgrounds right now. Some pretty heavy rain, lightning strikes in the close vicinity. So definitely be very cautious if you are down there for graduation. Kids, parents, family members, friends, everyone going to cheer on your graduate. It is going to be wise to go inside for just a little bit. Definitely don't want to try to migrate from your car inside right now. Definitely wait for the intensity of the rain to go on down before you do that. But if you are heading from the house down to the Georgia National Fairgrounds and you haven't left yet, rain boots, umbrella, rain jacket. Obviously a rainy afternoon, not the most ideal for graduation, but what you can take from it is not going to be 95 degrees and feel even hotter than that. So find the good in the bad per se, but still messy stuff down there, and want you to proceed with caution on the roads, and definitely don't be outside in this thunderstorm as it is rolling on through Houston County. Continuing to keep an eye on what's over there in Taylor County as it continues to trek east, southeastward. Areas in Crawford County, Peach County as well, still seeing some thunderstorm impacts as well. And there goes that warning that was down in Telfair, Wilcox, and Dodge counties. So no severe thunderstorm tags with this anymore, but still areas around the Jacksonville area, southern Telfair County, stay indoors for just a little bit. Still seeing some lightning strikes, some heavy rain. Definitely is not something you want to be outside for, but that is good news that that storm did definitely break apart, as you can see, moving further and further down to the south in Ben Hill counties, and Coffee stretching over into Jeff Davis as well. And then there are these two warnings that we're still monitoring for about another 29 minutes or so: Dodge, Lawrence, Telfair, Wheeler, and then Montgomery, Toombs, Treutlen, and Wheeler counties. Both of these going until 3:15 right here. These are the most intense portions of all these thunderstorms we are seeing further to the east, southeast of central Georgia, but still even some strong thunderstorm impacts just to the north of Soperton, to the east of Wrightsville, seeing heavy rain and scattered lightning strikes all around the Dublin area, stretching over into Dexter, Dudley, Cadwell. So any of you areas with some heavy rain, just go ahead and head indoors and continue to stay indoors while this heavier rain does move on through. We're continuing to see fizzling out further to the northwest, the northern counties around Wilkinson County, areas that were impacted about an hour or so ago. So we are hoping to continue to see weakening of all this activity throughout the afternoon. But also definitely seeing some heavier rain move through around the Georgia National Fairgrounds. which is definitely what you don't want to see, but the best thing I can do is keep you updated with this, seeing lightning strikes all around, not necessarily bunched up together, which is good news, but even getting some pea-sized hail signatures as well, a little more than pea-sized now, all around the Georgia National Fairgrounds. So yes, just a little bit of bad luck so far, but the good news is we are hoping to get this out of the way before graduation does start on up. But definitely, if you are making your way down to the Georgia National Fairgrounds right now, proceed with caution. That is the best thing you can do. Obviously, very heavy rain, even maybe some pea-sized, dime-sized hail associated with areas of this storm. And definitely nasty stuff if you are heading on in to the building where graduation is going on. I'm going to try to move this camera around and see what we are seeing on the other side. But yeah, just really heavy rain, definitely puddling on up fairly quickly all over the National Fairgrounds. Not an ideal time to be outside, but obviously you can't change the time of graduation unless Houston County has done something with that. But still, heavy rain all over the place. Definitely want to make sure you're under some form of shelter, but still lightning strikes scattered here and there all about the Georgia National Fairgrounds. Something you definitely want to wait out on in your car until graduation does start. Or also continue to make your way inside very quickly when you do kind of get a little bit of a break in the rain or lesser in intensification. But starting to see, sorry, I'm getting a special weather statement for Bleckley, Dooley, Houston, and Pulaski. So I would imagine this is exactly what we're talking about right now here at the Georgia National Fairgrounds. So obviously, this continuing to stretch further to the south and east, that could encompass areas of Bleckley County fairly soon, but Pulaski and Dooley counties as well, getting fairly close. But mainly for Houston County right now, the Perry area, the Georgia National Fairgrounds, areas to the east of Perry, so maybe South Kathleen, Sandbed, Clinchfield, Grovania, all these areas in southern Houston County associated with this thunderstorm at the Georgia National Fairgrounds. Pretty heavy rain is the main thing we're seeing right now. Obviously a little bit of hail as well according to the signature, but hopefully only pea-sized stuff, but still not something you want to be outside for. And like I said, hopefully we're going to get this moving out further to the east, as you just saw a new radar scan of the hail signature right there, continuing to trek eastward, which is good news. Hopefully we can get a little bit of a break in the rain for many of you to file on in to watch your kids or your family friends graduate real quick, and hopefully we can get all of this bad and nasty weather out of here for the rest of the festivities for tonight, even on into the rest of the weekend. But also seeing a very large hail signature swath right here on our hail palette, just to the northeast of Butler, north of Reynolds. Pretty widespread. I mean, this is encompassing many miles right here, but obviously just doesn't necessarily mean that we have hail all over this right here, but still seeing about pea-sized hail signatures. Definitely some heavy rain nonetheless associated with this. Definitely seeing an intensification in lightning strikes there. So we're going to continue to monitor that if we do get a special weather statement or a severe thunderstorm warning tag for this, but not seeing anything right now. This one down in southern Houston County around Perry, around Georgia National Fairgrounds, is tagged as a special weather statement. And then we have the 2 severe thunderstorm warnings over here. Definitely widespread heavy rain from southern Lawrence County west over to east into northern Wheeler County, stretching into Montgomery County, over into Toombs as well, and then further up to the north in Treutlen County around Soperton as well. But the intensification or the bunching up of the lightning strikes definitely does look to be very scattered about in the northern portion of Lawrence County. Still seeing some steady heavy rain showers, scattered lightning strikes here and about. And then over in the eastern portion of Johnson County, just kind of around the Kite area, moving further into Emmanuel County, closer to Swainsboro, the Nunez areas, starting to see some of those strong thunderstorms as well. But everywhere else further to the north and northwest does look to be fairly clear in terms of thunderstorms and rain. Probably some lingering cloud cover, which is good news because you don't want to receive the heat of the day late in the day to propel any more thunderstorms this evening. But hopefully all of these rain Rain, whether it's rain showers, thunderstorms, or severe thunderstorms, are working over our atmosphere plenty today and will continue to inhibit any activity later on into tonight. So yes, we have this over here, taking it west to east, Taylor County mainly, stretching into southern Crawford County, Peach County, and then over here down in southern Houston County, Georgia National Fairgrounds, Perry. Definitely those areas, proceed with caution if you are on the roads. I would try to avoid the roads right now, but like I said, I know people are going to be going down I-75 to watch their kids graduate down at the Georgia National Fairgrounds. Proceed with caution and definitely wait for when the rain does get a little bit lighter and you're not hearing as much thunder before you do venture into the Georgia National Fairgrounds. But as you can see, lots and lots of heavy rain there. It is a wet afternoon. Hopefully we will see some weakening with this thunderstorm that is moving on through fairly soon, so we can get graduation ceremonies going nice and smoothly, but definitely seeing a lot of cars about driving around at the fairgrounds. Take a look back over here. Not seeing too many folks outside, and there are still some folks walking around, which is obviously proceed with caution if you are doing that. But yeah, just a messy afternoon overall. Rain boots, rain jacket, umbrella are going to go a long way. The good news is it does look like the lightning strikes are further to the east, but still fairly close to the Georgia National Fairgrounds. Hopefully we are continuing to see this move further to the east, southeast. As we take a look at that hail signature we were monitoring, and it was going to the southeast of the Georgia National Fairgrounds. So that's good news that hopefully the most intense portion of this thunderstorm is moving away from the National Fairgrounds, so you can get on in and have a nice smooth sailing graduation ceremony. But anywhere down in Perry right now, want to be in your car, obviously out of the rain, and safe away from lightning strikes, but also whenever the rain does let on up a little bit, you can go ahead and venture in very swiftly into the building where graduation is happening as well. Now our southwestern counties, continuing to kind of keep an eye on that, seeing bunchings up of lightning down in Sumter County, Lee County, stretching further into Dooley and Chris counties around the Lake Blackshear area, Cordele, south of Vienna, Byronville. So areas in Dooley and Chris County west of I-75, but continuing to make its way further to I-75. Now getting a special weather statement for Crawford, Dooley, Houston County, Macon, Peach, and Taylor County. And that is a whole lot. So I imagine they are really talking about all of these thunderstorms that you're seeing on here. So we're talking the one further up here. Let me pull out the arrows so you can see what I'm talking about. Up here in eastern Taylor, southern Crawford County, between Butler and Roberta, and all in between, stretching over into Fort Valley, down at Perry, Houston County, like we were just talking about. But then this ramp on up just to the western edge of Dooley and Chris counties right now, but continuing to make its way into these two counties, so Vienna, Cordele, and areas west of I-75 and Dooley and Chris counties, but continuing to stretch to the east, southeast. And then we take a look over to our east, and then this is what has been the story we have been taking a look at for the past couple of days, or not days, excuse me. I've been talking so much that I'm forgetting what I'm talking about. But so as you can see, severe thunderstorm warning, Dodge, Lawrence, Telfair, Wheeler for about the next 19 minutes or so, and that goes for this warning to the east of it as well. Montgomery, Toombs, Trutland, and Wheeler, both of these until 3:15, seeing widespread from about just south of Cadwell, stretching eastward over to Vidalia into Toombs County, the Santa Claus areas. So really widespread of about 4 central Georgia counties right here. And then strong thunderstorms to the north of these boxes that we are seeing. So in Trutland, just between Soperton and Adrian, over to the west of Swainsboro and Emmanuel County, moving out of Johnson County now. And then still some occasional steady showers, heavy rain at times, your scattered lightning strikes here and there across Lawrence County into the eastern edge of Bleckley County, northern Dodge County, and then that storm further down in Telfair County that did have a severe tag with it earlier. Continuing to pack quite a punch, but not in our central Georgia viewing area anymore, more so in Ben Hill, Jeff Davis, and northern Coffee counties, just north of Douglas, south of Jacksonville, to the east of Fitzgerald, and then west of Denton. And then some other showers and thunderstorms here and there just to the south of our viewing area in Turner, Worth counties, but continuing to keep an eye on what's going on around the Lake Blackshear area, south of Vienna, getting more prominent around the I-75 area in Dooley and Crisp counties, seeing some ramping on up of lightning, definitely some heavy rain associated with this as well. So Byronville, Vienna, Lake Blackshear, Cordele, Araby, not quite in Unadilla, but still close enough to where you will be seeing some sort of thunderstorm impact here in the next few minutes. And when we take a look at the hail signatures, seeing that hail signature move further and further southeast of Perry and also weakening. So that is good news. So hopefully we're getting a little bit of a break in the rain for folks heading into graduation. Over here, though, in southern Crawford County, eastern Taylor County, still seeing a pretty prominent hail signature right here. I imagine about 6/10 of an inch, maybe. Okay, so about half an inch in diameter. So we're talking about pea-sized hail, maybe dime-sized hail, stretching up to maybe penny-sized at the largest. But still, if you're not seeing any hail associated with it, still very heavy rain and lots of lightning bunched up together. So that's south of Roberta, north of Reynolds. Still lightning scattered about all over Taylor County, around Butler, around Rupert. And then getting over into the western edge of Peach County, so around the Fort Valley area, stretching in northern Macon County, Marshallville, Ideal. Those areas starting to see some showers, maybe even some thunderstorms, and then obviously stretching into the middle, kind of southern portion of Houston County now. Still not, mainly the heavier stuff is to the east of Henderson, but still could be seeing a lot of this stuff further up to the northwest. Continue to have its kind of southeasterly direction, so a lot of this could be impacting areas that aren't necessarily getting some of the strong thunderstorm impacts right now. So like Perry, Fort Valley seeing thunderstorm impacts, Marshallville, Henderson, not necessarily too much, but still, like I have said, you are close enough to these thunderstorms to where you could see a stray lightning strike or two. You don't need to be in the rain to receive lightning strikes, and also some gusty winds if you are headed on out there. So any of these areas that I just mentioned, definitely want to be indoors or taking or be under some sort of shelter, not something you want to be outside for. And obviously if you are on the roads going to see gusty winds, heavy rain, that does make driving visibility very limited, only about a couple feet or so up in front of you. So definitely proceed with caution with these areas. But all of these areas to our, I guess, western half of the viewing area, severe weather statement tags, which is one level below a severe thunderstorm in terms of criteria, but still a very strong thunderstorm nonetheless. Only a few things that are off, maybe winds that are about 10 miles an hour off of severe criteria, or hail that's just a little bit under an inch in diameter, the parameters that we do need for a severe thunderstorm. So definitely still packing quite a punch. But the severe thunderstorm warnings still remain over here. Southern Lawrence, eastern Dodge, not most of Dodge, not necessarily stretching over into Eastman, and actually just getting a notification that this down here in Crisp and Wilcox, the special weather statement for this storm that is moving all around Cordele, Lake Blackshear. You're seeing bunches of lightning south of Vienna. This will continue to produce, what did they say? Winds up to 40 miles an hour and up to penny-sized hail and heavy rain. Impacting what they've issued that for. Expect minor damage to tree limbs and blowing around of light unsecured objects. Heavy rain may cause temporary street flooding, especially in poor drainage areas. So the occasional puddling up of a lot of this heavy rain that you're receiving at one time. But obviously the impacts of lightning there that not mentioning that we're seeing on the radar, and definitely impacts of anything that's a light object outside, not necessarily secured, could be blown away by these gusty winds up to 40 miles an hour indicated by the radar currently. And also now starting to see some of those thunderstorms that we were monitoring by the Georgia National Fairgrounds creeping on into northern Pulaski County, all around Hawkinsville as well. Not seeing a whole lot of lightning, but still some heavy rain creeping on into the northern portions of Pulaski County, just to the east of Unadilla, just to the west of Hawkinsville, right there. And then still seeing lots of heavy rain and lots of lightning, now really predominantly in southern Crawford County, south of Roberta, but between Fort Valley and Reynolds. If I give you a little more localized view, Zenith, Nokomis, these areas in southern Crawford County, Grogan, right on the Crawford, Fort Valley, or not Crawford, Peach County state line, just to the west-northwest of Fort Valley, and then close enough to Fort Valley State, Peach County High School. Still seeing thunderstorms all around that main intensification or intensity with that that strong thunderstorm right there. And still seeing our warnings. Nothing's changed on these. Over to our southeastern portion, we have about 12 minutes until we will see what the National Weather Service decides to do with these severe thunderstorm warnings, but also with the ramping on up further to our west-southwest of these storms, we're continuing to monitor and see if we will have any warnings pop up in Dooley County and Chris County, seeing some very heavy rain, lots of lightning strikes, and then more than likely some hail signatures as well. Yes, as you can see. South of Cordele, to the east of Warwick, Marshall, around south of Winona, northwest of Araby, seeing this hail signature right here. So some heavy rain, hail upwards to about a half an inch, 6/10 of an inch in diameter. So about penny-sized hail, as they indicated with that special weather statement that they did just issue. So if you are in Chris County, definitely your time that you will want to be inside, out of harm's way with any of the effects of the severe, not severe, not quite yet, but strong thunderstorm that has been issued, and now continuing to move further and further to the east of I-75 down in Chris County, and that goes for south Dooley County as well. So areas closer in southern Pulaski County, northern Wilcox County, so Pineview, Rochelle, areas in eastern Chris County, East Chris right there, Hatley, Double Run, Pitts, Tippetville, further up in southeastern Dooley County, Pineview, as I mentioned, Rochelle, so areas of Wilcox going to see the impacts of these strong thunderstorms here in about the next several minutes or so. Let's go check back on Perry. Let's see what the Skycam is saying there right now, or not saying, looking like, and still looking like some rainy stuff out there, just more so nasty as opposed to kind of the gustier winds and maybe some of the heavier rain that we did see earlier, but definitely bring an umbrella if you are heading on into graduation down there for this last Houston County graduation, Houston County High. Messy afternoon, I know, but like I said, we're going to find a little bit of good with the bad. Obviously, thunderstorms all over today, but still, it's a little bit cooler, so be thankful it's not mid-90s, feels like temperatures outside right now, getting some rain-cooled air with all those cap and gowns on. But we are continuing to see, now just looking at this right here, looking at the radar in motion, maybe this stronger thunderstorm also in southern Crawford County, creeping on into Peach County, that might have the same general direction as we have seen those thunderstorms have down in Perry. So this could be impacting you there for graduation ceremonies as well too. So I know graduation starts at 3:30. So is definitely going to be cutting it close with that, but also considering Perry has seen thunderstorm impacts already and a lot of moisture has been used getting rain-cooled air in that area, hopefully this will continue to weaken as it does move closer and closer in the same path that we did see kind of these thunderstorms roll through in the past 30 minutes or so down in Perry and Houston County. But continuing to monitor that to see if they will throw anything other than a special weather statement tag on it. And then definitely seeing fizzling out of rain and lightning in northern Lawrence County, but still in southern Lawrence County, moving around the Alamo area, all over Wheeler County, stretching into Montgomery, Treutlen counties, and getting on out of Johnson County now, which is good. Another county that we can go ahead and say that, hey, hopefully that the strongest of these thunderstorms has moved on through for the afternoon, but more so prevalent in Emmanuel County, northern Treutlen County, just to the northeast of Soperton, along I-16 in Treutlen County, and then these 2 severe thunderstorm warnings for southern Lawrence, that little notch area to the east of Eastman, right here in Dodge County, so kind of to the northeast of Chauncey, and then moving into the very northern edge of Telfair County, but also where McRae, Helena is, and then Alamo, Greenwood, Mount Vernon, and Wheeler and Montgomery counties. All of you guys in these severe thunderstorm warnings right now. So these going for the next 7 minutes. And then the National Weather Service will give us kind of an idea of what they want to do with these, but still seeing some pea-sized hail signatures on their hail palette right here. And then furthermore, scattered hail signatures all over Emmanuel County into Treutlen County. And then stretching further over to the Savannah area, the Savannah viewing area, and then Toombs County as well, just to not even in this box. So like I have been saying a good bit this afternoon, severe thunderstorms don't have to obey this yellow polygon that we give them. This is a general area that we try to encompass everyone, but we did see this thunderstorm fire on up in the eastern portion of this box around Vidalia, and now continuing to have impacts outside of the yellow polygon, so to the northeast of Toombs Central. Zoom in a little bit. I believe New Branch, Ohoopee, Santa Claus, Lyons, all these areas in Toombs County seeing strong thunderstorm impacts that are not within this polygon right there. Uvalde down in and then areas like Uvalde down in the very southern edge of this severe thunderstorm polygon, not seeing any impacts whatsoever so far, but still severe thunderstorms all around these areas. So if you do see any of your town names around where I'm talking about these severe thunderstorm warnings, it is definitely going to be worth your while to go inside and take shelter while they do move on through and pack quite a punch with gusty winds, those heavy rains. Those winds really blowing that rain sideways, and if there are any small pea-sized, maybe penny-sized hail signatures associated with that, those gusty winds going to be blowing that baby-sized hail all around as well. So definitely not something you want to be outside for. All right. So the lightning down here in Crisp and southern Dooley doesn't look to necessarily be grouping up as much as it is maybe per se with this thunderstorm that we're seeing in western Peach County, southern Crawford County, which is good news, but still special weather statement has been issued for it. So we're seeing 40-mile-an-hour winds, penny-sized hail, and heavy rain associated with this. And the heaviest of rain really all along I-75 down in Crisp County, really stretching from the northern portion of the county where you see this 75 interstate logo right here, and all the way down to Araby, stretching even further down into, I believe that is Worth or Turner counties after you get on out of Crisp. But still, this is the line of the heaviest rain along I-75, a couple of scattered lightning strikes as well, and maybe even some hail signatures of penny-sized, actually 2, maybe even 3 hail signatures right here, a little bit bigger than pea-sized per se. Actually, nope, that's what I wanted to do. So Winona, just north of Araby, stretching into Araby, 0.6 of an inch in diameter is what radar indicated right now according to our hail palette. So maybe a little bit larger than pea size. We're talking dime size, penny sized hail at times, but as I mentioned, not exactly 100% accurate with that, but still seeing heavy rain nonetheless in those areas. And it actually does look like the radar scan is indicating this moving further to the east of I-75 now, but still having impacts all along where I-75 runs through Crisp County, and then even stretching further up to the southeastern portion of Dooley County, just to the east, southeast of Vienna. Not seeing necessarily as much lightning, but still heavy rain in portions of this thunderstorm as well. Now around Hawkinsville, starting to see a lot of heavy rain with some of these darker reds popping on up. So to the west, southwest of Hawkinsville, and then to the northwest of Hawkinsville as well in this southeastern portion of Houston County. So this is what rolled through the Georgia National Fairgrounds just a little bit ago, seeing a couple of those stray lightning strikes, but still seeing a little bit of scattering along the Perry, Georgia National Fairgrounds, I-75 right now, which is good. So hopefully if you are in the car watching any coverage or just trying to stay updated with these storms as you do head on into graduation, I would say now is the best time to head inside. Definitely grab that umbrella, rain jacket, rain boots, and hurry on inside, because this over in Fort Valley is what is looking to make its way further and further down into the western edge of Houston County, the Georgia National Fairgrounds for graduation. And as you can see, good amount of pink associated with this, lightning strikes popping up just about every maybe 15, 20 seconds or so as this moves through Fort Valley State. Peach County, close enough over here, but heavy rain and probably some hail signatures as well. Yes, pretty large swath of a couple miles of some pea-sized hail signatures on here west of Fort Valley, but moving into downtown Fort Valley State to the east of Nokomis, but continuing to make its way further to the east, southeast. So we're talking Clopine down in the Peach County, Houston County line, St. Louis in the Macon County, close to the Macon County, Peach County, Houston County county lines, and then Marshallville further over to the west end. But we are looking at this to take a very similar path to our thunderstorms earlier at the National Fairgrounds. So this is what is on its way here in about the next 10, 15 minutes or so at the Georgia National Fairgrounds. So definitely want to be going inside right now while you're getting a little bit of lighter rain as per compared to what is on its way from Fort Valley and Peach County down there. So and now we have 1 minute left until we're going to see what the National Weather Service does with these severe thunderstorm warnings. We just got word that the Dodge, Lawrence, Telfair, and Wheeler County warning, so the one that we have the box with right here, the one further over to the west, that will expire here in a minute when it does turn to 3:15. Not receiving word on what's going to happen with this one. I imagine they may trim some counties off of this warning and then maybe extend it further to the southeast, but they could expire this warning as well as we continue to monitor that, what's going to happen with it here in the next minute as this one further to the west is going to expire. But still, just because you're out of the clear of these severe thunderstorm warnings doesn't mean that you're still not seeing thunderstorm impacts. And look at that, both of them are going to expire. So as of right now, I mean, I'm going to continue to stay updated because still strong thunderstorms all over the place. Even though we are clear from severe thunderstorm warnings right now, but still scattered strong thunderstorms all over central Georgia right now, whether you do, well, I was going to say whether you do have a severe warning or not, but no one has a severe warning anymore. But can really want to keep an eye on what's going on here in Peach, northern Macon County as it moves further and further into Houston County, as we do have a lot of people out for graduations this weekend. Definitely want to keep you properly informed with that, but like I have been saying, if you are trying to go in for graduation or you haven't gone in already, definitely go in now, because heavier rain and more lightning is heading into this western portion of Houston County, around Perry, around the fairgrounds from Peach County right now. So this will be your best window to get on in and not get completely soaked, hopefully, as this strong rain does move on through. And you can kind of see some of those darker clouds out in the distance there. Really hard to see because we do have rain all over down at the Georgia National Fairgrounds, but seeing some people walk on in don't look to be terribly bothered by it. So hopefully it's a lot lighter than it does look here on the Skycam, but still seeing some darker colors per se, some yellows and maybe some oranges down there in Perry right now, and a couple of lightning strikes just here and there scattered about, but then definitely the bulk of the rain going to continue to move on in from Peach County, from the Fort Valley State area, and continue to trek its way into this area of Houston County. So let's go ahead and draw, oh, not what I wanted to do. this is what I wanted to do. So I'm going to see if I can find where this warning was. So once again, while I'm looking for that and going to give you a time frame here for southern Houston County, want to remind everyone the severe thunderstorm warnings have expired over to our southeastern counties, so southern Lawrence, Wheeler, Telfair, Montgomery, Treutlen counties, but still seeing a lot of lightning, a lot of heavy rain, gusty winds going to be in there, and even a couple of pea-sized hail signatures. Actually, no, not seeing any pea-sized hail signatures, maybe one just between Vidalia and Toombs Central, and then a couple others further just north of I-16 in Emmanuel County. So that is good news, and that is more than likely why the National Weather Service went ahead and expired those severe thunderstorm warnings. So that's one less thing we have to worry about right now, but still strong thunderstorms in those areas that were just in those severe thunderstorm warnings, and even areas that weren't in the polygons. So definitely Treutlen County, southern Lawrence, eastern Dodge, Wheeler, Montgomery, even stretching close enough to northern Telfair County in the McRae area. You guys are still going to want to be inside while these storms do pass on through, but definitely they look to be weakening, not having as much intensification with them, so that is good news. And starting to see a little intensification with this strong thunderstorm here in Pulaski County. Just to the south of Hawkinsville, starting to see a lot more lightning pop up more frequently, a little bit of a hail signature, so pea-sized hail signature, kind of splitting off into two right there south of Hawkinsville, but maybe a little bit bigger than pea-sized hail, maybe upwards to about dime-sized hail, but still not going to feel very good, as I mentioned, if you are outside with these gusty winds and these little tiny ice pellets berating you. So definitely Pulaski County, Hawkinsville area, let's see, Wallace, Gooseneck, Browndale. You guys are going to want to be inside as this thunderstorm does roll on through, popping on up and intensifying here in Pulaski County. Stretching further down, we go to our southwest of where we were just looking at, the southeastern portion of Dooley County, just to the east of Vienna, I-75. We are looking at some heavy rain, occasionally bunched up in these darker kind of maroon colors, a couple of scattered lightning strikes moving into the very northwestern portion of Wilcox County, so around the Pineview area, areas all in between Pineview, Rochelle, going to maybe make a second round appearance over in Abbeville in eastern Wilcox County, and then all of this stretching down into Cordele, Chris County area, not as prominent further over to the west in the Lake Blackshear area, but still seeing scattered lightning strikes, about starting to see some weakening in rain intensity, but the heaviest of rain to the east of Araby, to the east of I-75 in Chris County, that southeastern portion, and moving into the southwestern corridor of Wilcox County to the southwest of Rochelle as well. And continuing to have more of an impact in areas further to the south of us, if anyone is watching. We're talking areas like Turner County, moving into Ben Hill County, and then some scattered thunderstorms in Coffee, Jeff Davis, Appling counties, all out and about. But the areas of most intense rainfall and lightning, I think we can say, are definitely in Emmanuel County now, so Nunez, Oak Park, stretching into Toombs County now, southern Montgomery County as well. Still seeing some occasional heavy rain, some steady showers, those scattered lightning strikes in Wheeler County, eastern Dodge County, southern Lawrence County, eastern Treutlen County as well, but definitely does look to be weakening with these. And then furthermore, that northern half of Lawrence County that we did see a lot of thunderstorm impacts earlier, starting to just see simply some rain showers there that will continue to clear on out. But areas like Wilkinson County, Johnson County, Washington County, Twiggs County, Bibb County, and then that northern half of Crawford County and Upson County. Everywhere in those counties further up to the north and northwest that I named, you guys are looking to be in the all clear right now of any severe thunderstorm activity, but hopefully we will continue to not see any impacts later on tonight with this. So just the last few scans have noticed a little bit of weakening per se, at least in terms of the hail signature, the rain intensification, maybe some scattering about of lightning as this thunderstorm does continue to trek southeastward. towards the Georgia National Fairgrounds. So that is good news. That is definitely what we were kind of looking at to possibly happen. But still, strong thunderstorm nonetheless that is moving through, so it will be wise for all of you to get inside now for this graduation ceremony. I know going to kick off the ceremonies here in about the next 8 minutes or so. So we will continue to kind of look at this and see how it develops as it does move on through, but hopefully moving into that worked over atmosphere, that thunderstorm earlier at the Georgia National Fairgrounds, and still the lingering rain right now using up all of that moisture, all of that surface heat that we have received earlier today, and that will work over the atmosphere. So hopefully this thunderstorm here in Peach County will continue to weaken and de-intensify as it moves further to the Georgia National Fairgrounds, and then hopefully it'll clear on out for everyone's drive on home from this last Houston County graduation, and it will be smooth sailing for the rest of the night, and I will be here for the whole evening shift. Obviously, if anything were to pop on up, I think areas further to the north in our viewing area would be more susceptible to this. As you can see, clearing and cloud cover in areas like Upson County, Monroe County, Jasper, now getting into Dodge and Macon, Jones County and Bibb County. So maybe receiving a little bit of heating on up with the afternoon hours of the day. But we'll continue to see how that plays out. Right now, our focus is on these thunderstorms that we are seeing scattered about all the way over from Taylor County to the west, over to Trutland County and to the east, and areas all south of those. So southern Houston County, Peach County, Macon County, over to Dooley, Crisp, Pulaski, Wilcox, all around Dodge, not necessarily in there right now, or Telfair County, but Wheeler, Montgomery, Toombs County as well. And let's check on the storm. Just to the northeast of Araby, continue to trek into that southwestern corner of Rochelle and Wilcox County, and then also seeing a little bit of a pea-sized hail signature to the south of Hawkinsville and Pulaski County around the Wallace, Gooseneck areas, further closer down Highway 112 and Highway 237 or 257 to the south of Hawkinsville, more so towards the Wallace area. And then we take it over here, not seeing any hail signatures in our southeastern counties now, which is very good news. But then that hail signature right there to the south of Fort Valley, associated with some pretty heavy stuff. But it does definitely look to be weakening as it continues to trek southeastward, but still a little bit of scattered lightning, definitely some heavy rainfall amounts, gusty winds, and still getting a little bit of a pea-sized hail signature associated with this as it ventures closer and closer to Perry. So I think the main strongest thunderstorm, at least what I'm seeing, haven't received word from in the National Weather Service chat ever since those two warnings did get expired over further into Lawrence, Dodge, Telfair, Wheeler, and Trutland counties, Montgomery counties. So not hinting at any of these per se. Intensifying more than the special weather statements that they have given them. Definitely seeing some weakening further up here in Peach County and Macon County, moving into Houston County now, which is good news, but also definitely seeing some heavy rain and some lightning bunch up in southern Wilcox County, more so the Wilcox-Crisp County county line, excuse me, the heaviest rain moving into that southwestern portion of Wilcox County, further closer to Rochelle, and then eventually Abbeville, still seeing some thunderstorms around the Pineview area as well, and then south of Hawkinsville in Pulaski County. So anywhere in Pulaski County, Wilcox County, the eastern portions of Dooley and Crisp, and then it more than likely will be making its way into the western half of Dodge County as well, maybe eventually into Telfair if it does hold intensity up together. So these areas, you are kind of the last to be impacted per se by these scattered thunderstorms, severe thunderstorms. So we are going to continue to monitor that as we go throughout this afternoon. So once again, Houston County getting set to start graduation here in about 3 minutes, I believe. It does look like this thunderstorm rolling through will definitely have a couple of rumbles of thunder for a while. You are listening to all the graduation ceremonies going on, but it doesn't look to be as intense as it was moving through Peach County with the gusty winds, but definitely going to be good news that graduation is getting going, and most of you will be inside for the ceremonies as this thunderstorm does roll through Peach County into this western portion of Houston County around Perry and the Georgia National Fairgrounds. So once again, continue to just stay inside wherever you are. The areas of Peach County, northern Macon County, and then down here in Perry, Georgia National Fairgrounds, but also stretching to Henderson, further down I-75, further to the south. Definitely stay inside while these strong thunderstorms do roll on through. South of Hawkinsville, but still all around Hawkinsville and Pulaski County, seeing strong thunderstorm impacts, lightning bunching up together. And then down in eastern Chris County, southwestern Wilcox County, these areas definitely seeing some strong thunderstorm impacts, and seeing a lot of pink now as well. Maybe a little bit of a ramp up in intensification with some of these thunderstorms. So not seeing anything in the National Weather Service chat, but some pea-sized hail signatures in southern Pulaski County, maybe further down into southern Wilcox County, right on the Turner, Ben Hill County lines, just south of Wilcox County. So that is something. Strong thunderstorms, definitely heavy rain moving on through in these areas. And then over to our southeast, more so trekking further to the east-southeast out of our central Georgia viewing area. Did just get a severe thunderstorm tag in Bullitt County over in the Statesboro area. But the Savannah market, for us, still seeing some occasional heavy rain in Wheeler, Montgomery, Trutland counties. So those areas, the most intense does look to have moved out to the east, southeast, which is good news. But still seeing some steady rain, occasional lightning strikes. Definitely next 20 minutes or so, we're going to ride these storms on out. Hopefully that they will continue to move on out like they have further out to the northwest. And wow, getting a lightning strike to the northwest of Macon, around the Bolingbroke area, the Bibb Monroe County line. No rain to be found whatsoever, but still cloud cover lingering. That cloud to ground lightning can definitely pop on up. Like I have been saying, you don't need to be in the rain to see a lightning strike. So let's check the chat one more time. Still not seeing anything with special weather statements for any of these storms further down to our southern counties. Definitely strong thunderstorms. Wanting to keep an eye on them. Not producing too much of a hail signature, so that might be why the National Weather Service is not putting too much of a focus on giving them some sort of severe tag. And that hail signature we were monitoring in the Fort Valley State area, completely gone now. So another sign of weakening. Still seeing some occasional lightning strikes, going to produce some thunder for kids, family, and friends, all at graduation down at the Georgia National Fairgrounds. So some heavy rain moving through there, but it does look like Nothing severe per se. Definitely going to be good that you're already inside for graduation ceremonies, and hopefully this will all move on out of the area by the time graduation is over here in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. I remember my graduation, there were about 400 names to go through, so it is a little bit lengthy, but in this case it's a good thing because all the rain will have moved on out and hopefully a lot of the lightning and thunder with it as well by the end of graduation. So with that, I'm going to continue to keep an eye on these thunderstorms in Pulaski, Wilcox County, but it does look like not seeing too much of a hail signature per se, but still heavy rain, gusty winds, and frequent lightning popping on up in Pulaski County, getting further into the western portion of Dodge County, and then northern Wilcox stretching over into the western half, Pineview, Rochelle, Abbeville, Hawkinsville, and Eastman. Those areas seeing some strong thunderstorms. But until I see anything with a severe tag, I'm going to go ahead and sign off for right now, but I will be keeping a close eye on it. And if anything does pop up severe criteria with this, I will be back on the stream to keep you updated with that. But thank you for tuning in. I'm going to get a drink of water real quick and continue to keep an eye on it.